I was supposed to buy the groceries.
Well, we didn't go over the rules before we went live. And am I allowed to say the F word?
I feel like those are.
Camera 3, are
Actually,
you on?
camera 3's on. Wait.
Camera 3 is.
There's no lights.
It looks like
well,
the red light at
camera
me.
3 has a red light on.
Yeah.
So I don't think the rest.
I think that's the main camera.
I'm the main. See, I'm the main character in this story.
I think that's the main camera.
I am the main character.
Yeah. So. Okay.
I mean, they're all
Sweet.
connected. I mean, why am I tripping? Anyway, dude. So
what's going on? Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for coming to my house
Yeah,
for this podcast.
yeah, you were just saying about all this equipment.
Yeah, it cost me about $30,000 a piece, each mic.
Damn, dude, you got ripped off.
Yeah.
I'm happy you came on my podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
I was thinking at church, name drop today, that security clearance podcast. You know, whatever the name. And
Is that what this is called?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's whatever.
I had no clue.
But
No.
fuck you. It's all put dip in at the same time. Oh,
I'll drink water instead.
my wife told me not to look at the camera, so now I'm self-conscious about that.
Don't do that.
I was gonna call if this continues and gets big. Liquid Death, nice. Not sponsored by Liquid Death.
Sponsored by Fuji.
Not sponsored by Fuji and Yeti and Zen.
This is going to be the promotion table right here.
An alternate name I'm gonna grab because it's not taken is Not Special Ops Podcast. I think that would be solid enough.
Special
Listen, man,
'Cause
we'll work on it.
Everything about the military on YouTube, special ops, so special forces, special operator, Dan Blazarian, you know, because he's the most special of them all.
Yeah, he's a SEAL.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Who, Dan Bazillion?
Yeah,
I actually looked up his I don't know if I should say that on camera.
What's your first and last name? Rank? Unit? Thanks, dude. No, I have to figure out how to beep that out. I've never said my name straight up.
No one would have fucking known that was your name if you didn't say thanks, dude.
Well, my personal account is, you can read my name in it, and I often comment on this account.
What's your address again?
Yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, this is it, man.
Yeah. Beautiful talking point. You have a beautiful view outside of your window.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. You can climb that tree. I'm sure you have. It's a
Oh,
little
yeah,
bent
dude,
over,
I
so it
I
looks
love
like
climbing trees.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not a child.
Get any coyotes up here?
Some asshole animal, I would assume an animal and not a human, came down that and stole a small cactus. I was growing a cactus and some fucking animal ate it,
What
dude.
a bastard.
Yeah.
What
It was your child, probably.
What animal
Yeah,
would
my
want to...
child elevated to 7 feet in the air, grabbed the cactus, and then
Why was your cactus 7 feet in the air?
it's on that brick wall.
What animal would want to eat a cactus?
That's what I'm saying. I've
no,
never.
No, cactus is fucking good. It's good.
The
Dead
spi-
ass.
Like, the spines are just...
You take the little prickly things out.
Yeah, the
I wanna see a
raccoon's sitting
coyote do
there.
it.
He's
Yeah.
just like, like crawfish. He's just peeling the shit.
Have you, dude? Raccoons literally tear open
know.
wrappers.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. They're a lot like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You could domesticate them, too.
just broke and eaten out of garbage.
You
You can domesticate anything.
kind
We
of
did it with women.
If you're brave enough, you could domesticate anything.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that is. I just had eggs with sriracha, so I'm sweating. And I've had 4 cups of coffee this
I can't tell. Your skin looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Not a blemish in sight.
Oh, tons. I watch, Jesus Christ. On
Don't do
Snapchat, there's something called Skin. Have y'all seen that tag? Do y'all fuck with that shit on Snapchat?
I've seen the show Skin.
I just like to make my face look like a puppy on Snapchat. Nothing else.
That's it.
That's it.
Can I please get some pussy?
Pussy, please.
All it is just a bunch of infected dermo stuff, and it's really repulsive and kind of gives me anxiety.
It's like people popping zits and stuff.
But, like, not zits. Like,
Like cysts.
yeah.
I can just smell those videos when I watch them.
Have you done derm? Have you done,
In real life?
yeah, like
No.
incision and drainage?
No, I
It's
needed it to happen, like, done on me one time, but
I've done one before, and that's probably the worst smell in my life.
Dude, I had a thing happen. Disgusting, but It is what it is.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's what we're here for, man.
Let it out.
I open this dude up. It splats. I'm wearing face guard.
Good.
But it gets on my scrubs. I'm not thinking about it. I'm cleaning them up, and then I'm sweaty. And I get his exudate in my mouth.
That's disgusting.
I went home, and I rinsed out with HIPAA cleanse, whatever it is.
I would have ate a cavi wipe right there.
Yeah, I would have just started sucking on a cavi wipe. It gives you cancer. I don't care.
I've read it. It doesn't really say, besides like Prop 86, California catch-all cancer clause.
And everything fucking has that on it, dude.
Yeah. Everything has that. In California, everyone's scared. They're afraid of everything.
Yeah.
So
Okay, you sound like a fucking boomer right now. But is it true?
yes, it's very true.
Just a little
Very
bit.
true. I live Orange County. They live in a bubble.
But you're from New York, and New York is just the California of the East Coast.
Of the West Coast. I mean, no, that's also not true.
New York is the California of the East Coast.
Are you talking about like political
No.
views and
Yes.
cesspool wise, or
Yes. Yes.
because it would be
No way.
Florida if you're talking about
No.
climate.
No,
Just,
not
it'd be like a
climate.
flat opposite California.
I'm talking about like cultural hub,
Mm-hmm.
same type of views, and kind of the same type of people.
What's the three biggest cities? Is it New York, L.A., and then San Francisco?
It's
Is that
I thought it'd be Chicago.
Chicago.
Is it Chicago?
Chicago.
So no San Francisco or no L.A.?
No, San Francisco is big, but it's not top three.
I think San Francisco is the second biggest in California.
San Diego.
San Diego is not.
San Diego's not that big.
Yeah, I actually think it's really not that big of a city.
No, it's a small, big city.
Yeah, it's kind of like Dallas and Fort
And
Worth.
You can
Yeah.
feel it. I don't know how much time you spent there, but you live there. You can feel
Yeah.
how easy everything is to navigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I take my motorcycle through it, I'm through it quick. Like from one end to the other, it's just you can take one street through all of San Diego.
Yeah.
Went and saw some comedy there. That was the last time I was there. Wound up in the gas lamp. Big tourist trap, dude. Fucking felt like a boot loser.
Brother, the gas lamp is probably like the best part of San Diego.
Yeah, but there's definitely a very tourist, like the Hustler strip, whatever's on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We went into the Hustler and they're like, "Can you please put a mask on?" I'm like, "Okay, sure."
Fuck you.
I've never been.
It's
Where?
nice.
Not that much of a partier.
Yeah, I know.
Drinker, yes. Party, I don't like the party.
This guy came to my house for the Halloween party when we got back, and you didn't even party.
Who
Damn,
did?
dude.
You didn't. You didn't party.
I partied,
No.
and that was the last time I partied. And then from that day, I said no more partying
Why?
because man, it got violent, baby.
No
got
more
it, man.
partying,
Yeah,
just
it
drinking
was-
by myself.
It was violent
Yes.
but fun. It was violent for a cause.
It was violence for a good cause.
Is this anything that made the news? Anything that made its way around the office? Because there's a couple of those.
What? Made around. It's way
A
around.
couple
the
of
office.
parties that
Our party, that party didn't have any
The news.
bad news. We just kept it under the wraps.
Yeah, man.
because there was a certain party where Chief had to get involved and make some phone calls.
Oh, that
Yeah.
party.
Everyone knows about that party. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know,
we
but-
can't talk about that one.
That's fine.
Me and my wife almost went there, actually.
See, that's what I'm
I
saying.
would have never.
You had the Halloween party. That was a Christmas party. And I said no more partying, and I may or may not have been in trouble if I went.
Dude, that Halloween party was so much fun, though. No one ended up
It's good.
actually getting in trouble.
I didn't know
At that one
fucking
party.
anyone there, but it was fun.
That's what you have to like. If you're hosting at your house, you have to pick like the age demographic. Like where's this dude's maturity level? Is he gonna get fucked up and throw up on my TV? And
That was
break
the
some
issue.
shit?
That was the issue. We didn't know those guys.
Well, yeah.
By proxy, they like knew someone at the party and they showed up. And
Was this
then-
at your house or was y'all
Yeah.
y'all crash a party?
Yeah, no, it was at my house. And just some random fucking dudes showed up with, they showed up with these girls that had already been there. And, I mean, nobody kicks girls out of a party. I think even the girls like having more girls at the party. So
Yeah,
they were like, I don't know.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because girls don't want to hang out with guys for the most part.
Yeah.
because we're stupid.
And creepy.
Yes.
Touching butts and tits and stuff.
So, like, the stuff was fine at first. Like, I think my wife and her friends were fine with the girls being there at first. But then the dudes were being super disrespectful to my wife and her friends. Yeah. So, I mean, the way we did it, looking back on it, was really douchey.
What happened?
The way we did it was basically...
He stayed in the garage.
I
Yes, you did. Till the end.
For legal...
tell the end first. Yes, that's the best way for podcasts to work.
For legal matters, I was not in the garage. And the end was we ended up having a huge brawl in the street. And pepper spray was deployed.
Yes.
Whose pepper spray? Your wife's?
My wife's, yes.
Oh, okay.
It got on everybody. I was impressed.
It got zesty, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Had a red line across my forehead. But I think that was from...
I was confused, dude, because I was super
Hey, did y'all try
drunk.
talking to him? Just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
y'all, because y'all explained nothing in between. You just ended it with there was a brawl and pepper spray. You jumped someone in the dark in a garage?
No, he jumped to the very end.
At the end, it started...
Let's set the scene.
So the
Halloween,
Halloween,
San Diego, your house.
Yes.
Who else is there besides him and his wife? You and your wife.
There was a lot of people there.
Our friend Marissa, who everyone loved.
Yeah.
And then there's girls that show up.
We had other guys there too. I had a machine gunner for my platoon there.
Okay.
V. Yeah. He's a large human being. And
always good to have some machine gunners around.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, he's down.
Especially when they're dressed as Vikings.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, so it's beautiful.
You can do whatever you want.
So I looked like a goofball.
What were you dressed as?
I was Fred. Remember when I dyed my hair blonde?
Oh yeah.
I bleached my hair. Yeah.
Let's go look.
It looks so stupid.
Let's go look for like a day.
You look like what's that? Sylvester Stallone and the guy from Blade.
Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, Wesley Snipes and Demolition Man. You look like a white version of Demolition Man, or like a bad Drago from Rocky. So 2 Sylvester Stallone movies. You look like
damn. Drago was already a bad looking character.
I know, and to make him look even worse.
I was like an idiot. Anyways, so these guys come in, and my wife was like, "Hey, like, who are you guys? Like, who do you know here?" And they're like, "Why does it matter?" And she's like, "Because it's my house." And they were like, "Who cares?" So she came and got me, and she was like...
So instantly.
Yes.
Yeah, right off.
Because they were like sitting in our backyard chilling like it was like their place. And she came and like said something in my ear like, "Hey, like these fucking guys need to go," or whatever. And me being drunk already, you know, I was all horned up and ready to fucking go.
Nice.
So I went and grabbed V, and I was like, "Hey, man, these guys, they got to go." He's like, "Say no more." And we walk over there, stacked up, like a bunch of douchebags.
You're in a tactical column.
Yeah.
Yep. Straight up calling.
Yeah, it was so stupid.
Head on the swivel.
I'm like, "Hey, man, you're being disrespectful to my wife."
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like,
"I disrespect all women. I don't differentiate who's your wife."
I don't care if it's your wife.
And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Someone came, ran, and got me. I forgot who ran and got me because I was just plowing the beers in the garage.
He was. Told you. He was in the garage.
George. Drinking beer in the dark at a party.
Aggressively looking eye to eye with everyone in the room. Just
how deep were you into the party when this happened? Were you 6, 3, 1?
Dude, I was
staying
getting
sober.
Drunk.
So you probably drunk. I'm just gonna, devil advocate a little bit. Probably weren't the most chill when you're like, "Hey, please leave."
No.
You're like, "Get the fuck out."
No, because they were actually leaving, and
and I punched them in the back of the head.
Well, kind of. We were on my
assaulted them in the dark.
We were on my doorsteps, and I don't remember what the guy said, but he's like, "Why the fuck are you guys kicking us out? We were just chilling," and I just hit him right on the chin.
Clap. Hurt my ears.
I didn't want to hear anymore. And
fell down the stairs, hit his
he had
head.
A huge fucking head, from what I remember.
Yeah,
that thing was like I was drunk and I swung and I didn't miss.
It was Halloween time, man. He came up his pumpkin head.
Yeah,
man.
I was like, "Is this motherfucker wearing a mask?"
He just painted his head orange, and they're like, "Yeah, that works."
It's pumpkin head.
But dude, the next thing that happened is he fucking tackled my ass into the railing for my steps.
It must have felt good.
It broke them
Oh,
out of the cement, bro.
wrought iron,
I guess I don't fucking.
metal,
It's metal.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't.
so-
Would you say rod iron?
Raw
Raw iron.
rod or rod. I forget.
Regardless, that shit
It's
was
raw iron.
Irregardless, Holmes.
That shit was tinfoil, bro. That thing.
Yeah, but the way
folded.
it crumbled under my fat ass, bro.
Well, you know,
Probably lead based.
Yeah, maybe. You know, that's good for my skin.
Yeah.
haven't felt right ever since.
Yeah.
Got it right in there.
But anyways, it escalated from there. There was a huge
How many
group brawl.
How many people would you say are total involved?
It was like
Besides
6v4.
Besides women pepper spraying.
So
Like
we-
6v4.
Yeah, so it must have been the 4 of us, right?
Six.
6 of them.
Oh, okay.
And
I was
4 of
about to be
us.
like, oh, that's not super cool.
And we were just wailing on these motherfuckers. Went to go throw a haymaker, though, and I missed so bad that I lost balance. And I fell to the ground, and even the people on my side were kicking me. Everybody was kicking me,
Yeah.
dude. I was just in the middle, just... And I'm like, hey, stop. Eventually, V picked me up, but...
Yeah, V got him up, and then some dude tried to blindside V. So I grabbed him, pulled him to the side. I think behind your truck,
Onto my truck.
onto your truck,
Nice, dude.
and then
Brand new truck.
I had this brand new
used truck.
brand new, yeah. And then just fucking started throwing haymaker after haymaker, and then Lauren was right there, so I'm like, yeah, you know, that was me.
I got this, babe.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she called 911 on me. No, I'm just
Somebody did call the cops, though.
I would have. Usually that happens.
Yeah, and an older guy with a little tiny dog walked by. And,
When 10 people are fighting in the street in your neighborhood, sometimes the cops get called.
yeah, it was
Oh,
like
they'll
10
handle this.
o'clock
No,
at
I'm
night.
not worrying about that.
Yeah. It was like 10 o'clock on a Wednesday
you
night.
still live there?
What?
You still live at that
Yes.
same place?
Yeah.
What's the
Did you
address?
talk to any? Yeah. Did you talk to any of the neighbors?
No.
Do you ever talk to your neighbors?
No, fuck them.
All right.
Yeah, fuck the neighbors.
I
Always.
hate my neighbors.
Yeah.
Well, except for one. He's cool. He's all right. If he ever watches this podcast, I don't want him to think I hate him.
Yeah.
I hate my neighbors right now. They
I
suck.
think you have actual.
Your neighbors need
you
to
have
fucking
real
die.
issues.
They need to die. Oh,
Like-
my goodness.
Like I have no issues with my neighbors, and
Right.
for me to be like, fuck my neighbors, like, but you have asshole neighbors.
That's
Yes.
straight
With
up.
like your parking situation downtown and everything, right?
So what it really comes down to is we would just be walking around the apartment and just leisurely walking like to the kitchen or cooking, and they start banging on the ceilings,
Mm-hmm.
and we're like, okay,
That's when you jump.
what I probably should have just started stomping.
Yeah.
But then what happened was they kept on doing that, and then it was at like 5 a.m. trying to get ready for work, and then they would be banging, waking Lauren up, and then now we have the dog, and they did it once, and then I went down to talk to them and be like, hey, like I understand that maybe the apartment is old, and like the sound's gonna travel, but you can't be banging on the ceiling. So when I went down there, they didn't. They banged on the ceiling, and then I went down to talk to them, and they must have just ran to the bedroom, knowing that I came down
What a
to
bunch
talk.
of pussies.
Pussies. And then Lauren was on TikTok, and she found out that the wife, who must be like 22 years old.
Can I find them? Can you show us on TikTok when you're done with this story?
Yeah, I could dox them.
Okay, please. We're doxing today, baby.
Yeah, mission objective dox. But then they ran off to the bedroom. Haven't heard from them since. And then I was coming home like a week later, and the husband, 23 years old, he's like, "Hey man, I just wanted to let you know, like, you know, I don't want us to come off rude or anything that we're like doing this stuff." And like, yeah, I try to come downstairs and like let you guys know that, you know, that there's a problem that on both sides. Like we could just clear the airwaves right now. And he's like, yeah, like I just understand, and like with the dog and all of that. I'm like, yeah, I'm training him to be my service dog. Like that's like no one can really like separate me from my service dog.
So is your dog making noise at 5 o'clock in the morning and they're hitting a broomstick, or are they just weird people hitting the ceiling?
It's a huge plethora of issues, but what it really comes down, what I would say the worst issue was before the dog with the banging on the ceiling. and then the dog ran around, and they also banged on the ceiling. So it's like, they just have a problem with noise, and like they're just not accustomed to this must be like their first apartment, and they're just not accustomed to noise, and it's like someone's living on top of you. I'm sorry that you went for the shittier apartment and you lived under somebody.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And then they slam their doors and shit. Like when I got back from deployment, they were like slamming on my doors. I'm just like looking for my rifle and shit. And I'm like, all right, like that's also a problem.
I think that's another problem.
Yeah, that's a complete.
I think that's
yeah. Thanks, United States Navy. And that's where I'm gonna stop there. But yeah. So I fucking hate my neighbors.
yeah.
Yeah, they suck.
I think it's just that they're young, and then that's what I was telling Lauren. I'm just like, they're just young. This is probably their first apartment. They got married after knowing each other for like a month or two.
Yeah.
So no, but like them, and then I see your marriage. It's
Yeah.
just like, okay. Like,
Have you ever thought about like breaking into their house and cutting off like their landline and their power?
Yeah.
And then
if they didn't live under me, I would have just like threw like a Molotov and just be like.
You ever thought about moving to this neighborhood? Like how that might give you a peace of mind?
It would be nice. We already have the apartment. We got an apartment in like down south, just south of base. So then it's gonna be a lot better. Like we already saw the apartment. I think Friday we went, and it's fucking beautiful, boy. And it's like every apartment is at least separated by like 3 or 4 feet of concrete.
Nice.
You don't hear shit except in the apartment. So it's just going to be so nice.
You're going to be in Oceanside?
No, Vista.
I don't even know where that is.
Me neither.
Oh, wait. It's in between Oceanside and San Marcos, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. I looked at places in Vista.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. They built it only like 3 years ago, so it's like brand spanking.
The whole city?
The whole city, dude.
city.
Vista
That's
wasn't
insane.
existent.
That's what you don't know about it.
Like the historical sites that are there, but like the train station was like from 3 years ago.
It's bougie boy. Bad element hang out at train stations.
Why?
Good place to find drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because of transients.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. When I was in Portland, I would, explore in the city, and I would go by the train station and get a weird vibe. Weird, dingy vibe.
That's like, every train station for sure.
Did you guys, when you were growing up, kind of differentiate the north side of the tracks and the south side of the tracks when it comes to like income and like?
Yeah, so
crime
a lot of places, I guess that happens that way. And when I was in the ER, I didn't realize the joke I made, but we had this threshold, and I would take people from the ER in a wheelchair up to a different department, and X-ray, whatever they had to do. And I would click over this transition and be like, and now we're on the other side of the railroad tracks. So hold on. And I said that a couple times, and I didn't really think of it. Yeah. And then one time, one couple was like, what? Nothing. Just kept going.
Is that a thing?
They probably just didn't know what you're talking about.
I know Boston, right?
It's not a thing in Texas.
Everyone in the Northeast, it would be like we have this one town called Port Jefferson, and the north side of the tracks, just the north side of the tracks of the Long Island Railroad, it's like you get shootings, you have gang violence, you have all this bullshit. And then the south side, you have multi-million-dollar mansions.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I like that.
Where I'm from,
Southsider.
Dude.
Where I'm from, Covington, Louisiana, now that I'm thinking of that, we have something called the Trace, and it's a paved over part of the railroad, and it goes for miles all along the city, town we're in. And there is, oddly enough that you say it, on the other side, there is the black neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And it just...
Nobody said that except you.
No, I'm saying it. You can ask the black people where I'm from. They're like, yeah, the hood.
Yeah, no.
It's from redlining or what?
Because what?
I don't know what it's from, why that is.
What's redlining?
Redlining.
Like
You never heard of it?
Like when you go really fast and like.
Yeah, when you're about to explode your engine.
No, it was like a technique used back in like I think the 20s or whatever when it came to designing neighborhoods.
Mm.
I'm probably going to be completely wrong about this, and if anyone actually ends up watching this, they're going to be like, this Ronnie guy's fucking retarded. But the concept, from what I know it is is when they went to go design neighborhoods for new cities and stuff, they would create these lower income spots where the black neighborhoods would be, and then they would design where the white neighborhoods would be. And that's why you have now these neighborhoods that are higher black populations than white populations, and why it's a lot of black people grow up in poverty is because we put them there, basically.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
Well, that's basically like with Section 8 housing. Like they want to create that demographic for one area. It's almost, I mean, thinking back, it's horrible, but they basically said like, all right, well, this is where the black people will be, and then we could be safely far away from them. But then if you go in this area, and then like you said, like if it's a African American community in Port Jefferson, it's Hispanic. So like Hispanic and then white, and then it's almost like the whites were just like, that's where they'll be, and we'll just go really fast over the trail track.
Dude, where I'm from, everywhere around my town, we live in right outside. You can walk to the downtown area, but you can also walk from the downtown into the hood, and everything is 25 miles an hour, and through the hood it's 35 miles an hour.
Crazy, right?
Isn't that a little weird?
Crazy how that works.
Yeah, also, like, from what I noticed, like in the hood over in Fort Worth, I've only been there a few times, but I worked with a guy who lived deep in the hood of Fort Worth, and he invited me over for 4th of July one year, and it was a very weird but cool experience for me. Luckily, I had, like, 2 of my other friends that, like, I went to high school with me, and when we showed up there, we were the only 3 white guys. Getting out of our car, everyone was watching us and keeping an eye on us because we looked out of place.
Yeah.
And we show up to his house, and he's got his whole family there, and they were going fucking ham. And as soon as I walk up, this dude's uncle pulls a pistol out and just shoots the fucking tree.
You're pouring it at my head. I was like, you witnessed a murder?
No.
Damn, that's casual.
You're a
bro.
tree right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, he shot the tree and just, like, chugged some fucking alcohol, and I was like, what the fuck? And he's like, don't worry, man. He's like, don't worry, man. The cops don't come out here. And I was like, what the fuck? People are shooting off artillery shells.
You mean Camp Horno?
Yeah, basically. Yes.
Camp Horno's been bad since my brother was here. And my brother served in 1-4 from 2000 to 2004. And he said it's crazy shit.
Yeah.
And it's still.
Anytime you see cops in Camp Horno, like, they're there for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's
the Domino's Pizza guy got jumped.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep.
Someone tried to shoot the tree.
Yeah.
No, but what now that I think about it, it's almost like Camp Horno. They're just like, all right, like the crazy guys are just gonna go to, the 53 area, and then everyone else can just live perfect poke lives around it.
Well,
I love it though.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There's 2 places where the infantry units are, right? Besides the school.
San Mateo
and Horno.
Yes.
And then School of Infantry in between. Is there any other infantry units on this base?
There is.
And I know those are the 2 shittiest places, by the way. Mateo is smuggling illegal immigrant.
Right.
Helping an immigrant.
Yeah, helping immigrants.
What's the place right across? It's on the other side of Margarita. So, like, if you're going down Basilone from Vandergrift, you can take left to Margarita, and then there's another area up to your right. I'm pretty sure that's another infantry unit, right?
So you're going from Horno to Margarita? Going to hit the airstrip? The airfield?
Okay, from Vandergrift, but if you're coming from
I don't know
Horno,
what Vandergrift is.
Vandergrift is the big main road that goes, like, through.
So from Mainside to the airstrip, the airfield.
Down, taking a left on to Basilone.
Uh-huh.
You can take a left into Margarita, or there's another area up to your right, and I can't remember what it's called. Not Stewart Mesa. But yeah, I think there's other infantry units
Besides
there.
wherever Marsoc's hiding out, I don't know.
They are not here.
Marsoc left.
Yeah, they're gone.
Oh, they left.
Yeah, they
it's
left.
only Recon here.
They left completely.
China's watching this.
Yeah, they're still here.
I think they dude, my Tesla and my phone both know. They go Marine Corps parked at Marine Corps Camp Pendleton. Like,
yeah,
when I'm driving, I can look at my maps and it's like Marine Corps Exchange, Marine Corps School of Infantry. There's no fucking secrets, dude. They just need a phone.
But you go on Google Maps and it's all blurred out.
Dude, what's crazy is
Google.
Apple Maps knows where I'm going, and it suggests directions when I hop into my truck and plug my phone in. It's like, oh, you're going to PetSmart because you normally go to PetSmart at this time.
Yep.
Right, Ronnie?
And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I am about to go to PetSmart, but I never like typed it in. Or like when I go to play hockey on Sunday mornings,
Sick, dude.
Yeah.
Is that what the
It's
jersey
a
is?
drop.
You were,
It's a drop. Yeah, I'm a big hockey player. Almost made it to the NHL.
I hate you.
Yeah.
You're joking, right, though?
Yeah. No, man, I broke my knees in 3 different places. So
I don't know if you're joking. Because some
No.
people are good as shit at stuff.
Yeah, I'm really good.
Are you?
No, I'm fucking terrible.
Okay.
But
That's why he plays roller hockey.
yeah, I play roller hockey. Well, no, because ice is expensive. But anyways,
I can skateboard like a motherfucker. I can't get on rollerblades. And I used to ski when I was a kid. Nope.
I can rollerblade and I can skate, but there's more to hockey than just
Yeah.
being on your own 2 feet.
I think you would have to learn how to. What I'm saying is like, I couldn't start playing hockey unless it was
Yeah, can't teach an
Foot
old dog
hockey.
new tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
break my tailbone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's too expensive to start up for me.
it's like skiing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you can rent all that shit. Skiing's fucking awesome, bro.
It is, but it is quite. It is very much so a white man's sport. Like
Yeah.
privileged
Yeah.
white kids.
Have y'all seen that video of the ski? Because snowboarding is still super new to this world. You know, like back in the 80s, because people
Yeah.
have been skiing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's like this footage back in the 80s where like snowboarding started becoming a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and people are like interviewing the skiers up in the slopes and stuff.
I've seen this.
Yeah, and they're like, so what do you think about this new trend, this snowboarding thing? And all the skiers are like, I don't like it. I think it's terrible. It gets in the way of all the people trying to ski and have fun. And now look, that's like the main thing people do. People fucking
Yeah.
snowboard.
Yeah, and then you think about what's more fun, skiing or snowboarding.
I think skiing's more fun.
I
I'm
haven't.
neither, so
I haven't done it since I was a little kid.
snowboarding looks a lot more fun. You could do
It looks cooler. But dude, think about like all the extreme shit you see people do on skis.
Name
compared to
name
snowboarding.
one famous skier.
I don't need to. Just look up GoPro footage of people skiing, and they're like jumping off of fucking Everest on skis.
That's impossible.
Okay, not Everest, but you know,
I had a friend that went to the sun once.
he went to the sun.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Holy
I saw it
shit.
with my own eyes.
That's
That's
crazy.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He can jump high, I guess, huh?
He's really high, dude.
Yeah. Like you were really high, so you thought you were like, oh,
Yeah.
shit, he's going
Do
to
you-
the sun, bro.
Do you remember little kid stories? Like when you were a kid and your friend would tell you,
Oh yeah.
I've been to space before.
You're like, shut the fuck
we
up.
were in a plane. No,
Yeah.
dude, I'm a little kid too, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I tried making it to the moon as a child, bro.
Yeah.
That shit looked cool. I remember the moon being massive when I was a kid.
Everything was a lot bigger when you were younger.
Everything
right?
was like tripping on acid as a kid, dude. I remember like chairs, like dining room chairs, like being so fucking tall. Like I thought they
Mhm.
almost touched the ceiling.
Yeah. I always used to like try to slap like the above like the door because I was just like, oh, like blocked a basketball shot. And then like now I'm like looking at it, my hair is hitting it and shit. Like
Yeah.
at my parents' house. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's
Well, your
not tall.
parents have a really small house. Y'all have really small doors.
We're really small people.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Have
like,
you been to his parents' place?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a
Have
a
you
hobbit hole.
Have you really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just have books and shelves everywhere throughout the house.
Yeah, we have little elves that actually
Yeah.
cook for us too.
Yeah, your house smells like leather. You just have like really old used candles burnt all the way to the banda. I'm
Mhm.
like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
like
cool.
Ogre earwax candles.
Yeah, you just sit on pillows. You don't even have a couch.
And we sit on the ground because the ceiling's too high.
Yeah.
Couches would put us like this.
Are your parent hobbits? Are they hobbits?
Yes,
Yeah.
my parents are hobbits.
Damn, dude. And you're a normal size?
Yeah.
Gandalf was up in that. You know what I'm saying?
You ever
he's all up
you
in
ever
there.
met someone that is not a I want to be politically correct here.
Don't be.
They're not a small person. Like
a
they're
midget?
You mean a retard?
good lord. But someone that technically is a dwarf. Like the technical
Yeah,
bet
I
they're-
don't know. I don't talk to him.
I believe in. Yeah, I try to avoid. I feel like
Yeah.
they would like bite my ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah. the
Weeble wobble, weeble wobble, we accept
if I
you one
gotta-
of us.
If I got to keep my dog on a leash, can I say that?
I try to like push them away before they get too
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Because of my ankles, man. Like they bite my ankles and shit.
Yeah.
So, like,
You got
grabbing my shirt, tugging the bottom.
a lot
and
of
just, like,
veins and stuff in your ankles.
yeah, it could be bad bleeds.
I think you have one.
No, there's multiple ones.
No, you have one big vein.
What's the ankle ball bone? I want to know if y'all know this. The ankle ball bone.
The ankle ball bone.
Ankle ball bone.
That is the. I'm searching through my memory. 1 second.
Do you have any idea? Or are you just gonna make something up?
No, when you say it, I'm gonna be pissed. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm gonna be
like,
super fucking
So-
pissed.
I was doing a final physical for someone,
Yeah.
and I go in. All the providers are in the doc box, right? You know, they're real doctors box. I'm like, yeah, he just broke his. He said he had a chip on his ankle ball bone, and they all. It's like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
fucking
They're
hate-
like the laterus medialis. I'm like, I don't fucking know. And then I ran it past Morphin. And he's like, you mean the laterus medialis? I'm like, yeah, sure, great. I'm the only
That's
dumb
when you
one.
slash
Yeah.
all their fucking tires.
I
Yeah,
did.
that's when you. That's
No.
when you
Actually,
go postal.
really, I didn't like one of them at first, but I like all of our providers now.
What's her name?
Yeah, what's her name?
Exactly. Yeah, that was the one. But I just
I like them all.
You're talking about ma'am.
Yeah, but
Have-
Mam is actually cool.
the only
Ma'am is cool.
reason I didn't actually like her is the only interactions I would have with her is when she would be giving a Thursday,
Training.
training, and
Yeah.
it was about her just like nitpicking notes.
Right.
Yeah,
And
but she's
then-
actually
and then
sweet.
would be right there, like, yeah. And I didn't care for that. And then when I worked with her, I was like, oh, dude. And I realized she was actually really cool and easy to work with. So, I don't know.
Can I drop a hot take here?
Yeah,
Go
go
for
ahead,
it.
man.
I thought was actually an all right person.
That's fucked up.
I didn't mind her.
I have to. There was a lot of anger in my life when
Yeah.
I was working with them and H&S, and there was just a series of bad interactions, I think,
Yeah.
that I didn't like her. But stepping back, I think I was wrong in that.
Yes.
The situations being is the majority of us were E4s,
Yeah.
and we were packing up Arif John.
I was E3. I wasn't packing.
You weren't there though.
I
You weren't
wasn't.
in H&S.
This man's not packing anything.
Echo, y'all would just leave when
Loosen the
y'all
pants.
want, right?
Yeah.
But we were packing up, and it was like stuff going to PSAB. Was it Arif John or Al
That was
Jabber?
El Jabber.
Al Jabber.
Jabbar.
I've never been to. Yeah, go on.
Yes, you have. But
No,
Anyways,
too
please
fucking
go on.
Arif,
And
John?
so we're picking up boxes, and she's like pointing at things and telling us to pick shit up. And I understand like take charge, but also lead by doing. And it just very bad taste in my mouth. She would nitpick about haircuts, and I'd be like, "Shut up."
oh, I've never.
Yeah.
When she would
But
say stuff
that's-
like that, I would joke around back to her with it, and then she'd be like, "Okay, obviously he doesn't care." So
Yeah, I would joke around and be like, "Oh, how about you go fuck again?"
yeah.
And she's like,
What does dick taste like?
"I'm sure."
We can't be
Dude,
talking about this. What if people see this?
I can figure out how to
I don't give a
mute the button.
I'm joking. I
I
don't,
don't
even
think
give a fuck.
anyone. I
I'm
don't
pretty
think
sure
it's,
everyone
like,
fucking
don't
knows by
care.
now.
But what I was gonna say is every interaction I've had with her where I'm like, dude, she's being such a bitch. I then like realize like, oh, but I'm being a fucking retard and making her job harder, and she's trying to teach me, which is one thing she did really good. She didn't let people get away with being fuck ups and like constantly making the same mistakes. She would try to correct your mistakes and teach you, which is a good leader.
I never had anything, and I'm not trying to be like I'm hot shit here, but I never had anything she needed to correct me on. I never had any sick call soup interactions with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was never anything like that. It was always just, I got kicked out of weapons. I'm waiting to go back. And I had to spend 8 hours to 10 hours a day sitting in the BAS doing nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And I would just, pretty much anybody I had interactions with, I would just get annoyed with. Whatever.
Yeah.
it makes sense.
That's on me, though.
I just now realize though people aren't gonna know what the fuck we're talking about.
I think they can figure it out.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah.
burp into the mic or is that?
Yeah, you know.
Oh damn, it went away. I should have asked.
Beat you
Yeah,
to
you
it.
can't. It's like, I'm going to fart. Nah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be
That was
hard.
a good fart noise,
Thank
dude.
you.
Right.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounded
that's-
so
I'm
good in the mic.
I'm going to clip that.
Yeah, that felt good to hear.
That was really good.
Yeah, we should get little sound bites.
I can do that, just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All these buttons can do that stuff.
Just like
That's
fart,
dope.
the fart button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like anytime
Then I can label it.
George talks, just hit the fart
I
button.
can label it fart. So it's like
That's so cool.
they really hooked me up with the thing I bought from them for money.
How much was that?
This $600.
Damn.
To fuck up the flow. Can y'all hear fine? Everything's. I had to like turn mine up, turn yours down.
I think my mic is
Jesus.
like, I can't talk from here, but then I'm like,
You can move
I
it.
could talk.
Yeah, you
Literally,
can-
it's a
you can-
boom.
You can do,
Yeah.
You can do this thing.
Yeah, no, it works a lot better now.
Yeah.
You can do this.
I've been manipulating it.
You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wonder how good it is. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
So if it's
I like
really
red.
tight, please use the knobs.
Oh, dude, yeah, I don't want to break it. That's why I wasn't messing.
These aren't the worst quality. They look really nice, but
I think this is. I
This
think this
is
is my
nice.
go-to.
you just have to remember to talk into it because the last guy that sat at your position, he
Yeah.
was already a quiet dude, and then he had the mic
He's,
like
talking
this,
like this.
Yeah.
and he had a.
Was
He's
that
a
Hobbs?
funny guy. No, that was Weich.
Oh.
He had a lot of funny things to say, but Hobbs would just steamroll right over him,
Fucking Hobbs.
and then
man.
he wasn't that loud. Twofold, he's not that loud of a person, and then his distance, and like right now, I hear myself like, oh, I'm too loud, but it figures it all out pretty smartly.
Equalizes it.
Yeah.
Dude, I bought this thing, and I finally realized why they have to do it.
Oh, the snap. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's like recording before, so like you need something to fast forward and.
So there's audio and there's video, and that's how movies are made. You know, some dude with a boom mic, and then and there's a spike, and you can match the click up to the spike and figure out your audio from there.
Oh,
You
just
can-
gets the audios off.
Yeah, and I spent like $45 on this, and don't need it. It does it automatically on my
I wonder
computer.
what. I wonder what the.
Came from China, can't return it.
Yeah. Don't.
Fuck.
I wonder what like the arrows are for. Maybe like on a movie set, it's like, all right, like click, get the fuck out. If you see on the other side, there's arrows.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like they could have definitely made like a different type of more simpler system than a fucking dry erase board with a big
It's pretty
clampy thing.
pretty simple, man.
Yeah, it is actually. Now that I think about it,
Because you can write. I got one that was blank, but they have like scene, whatever, movie, all
you
this.
could draw boobs on it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
think.
plan on
Maybe a dick.
Yeah.
drawing stuff on there.
Draw a dick on there.
Yeah, I forgot my
Everyone
markers.
draws wieners though.
It's because it's funny.
Yeah.
It's like- it's
or
like
those cool
farts.
S's.
Just grow up.
I like to draw those cool S's on.
Yeah,
like,
there is
note
that.
paper.
You know what? I ate steak every day.
That's good. And drink milk.
No.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I got a story about that. But it was like a couple things I'm self-conscious of: saying the word like, cursing too much, and looking at the camera.
Okay.
Two of those are because I edited the last podcast, and then the other one is because my wife decided to tell me to stop looking at the camera.
Stop looking at the camera. You don't like saying like, and what's the other one?
Cursing too much, being inaudible,
Come
like
on.
fucking, like fucking, like fucking,
Yeah.
just sounding
That's
dumb.
me.
Sounding like that instructor.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
instructor?
We had an instructor in FMTB that would fucking goddamn fucking.
I know exactly who
Yeah,
that is.
yeah.
He
Sims.
hated me.
He hated everyone.
Yeah, dude.
He
I made
wasn't
him
allowed.
cry.
Did you?
Yes.
Dude.
You made him cry.
On accident, but
Good.
yes.
Because of how bad you
He-
were.
Yeah. He was about to actually fight me. We were about to fight out in the field, and HM1. Fuck, what's his name? He's
Harding.
super cool. Not Harding.
Chief Harding.
Chief Harding now.
Chief Harding.
He was super cool. We all called him Dad. He was a
Describe
silver
him.
fox.
I don't know.
Silver
Was he
fox.
really tall and barrel chested?
No, not. You're talking about
Calderon.
No, Calderon was a 5'9" super stud fit
I don't- I
Latin
don't-
dude.
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
I can't remember, dude. But anyways, he like pulled us away and stopped it from happening. But he was still yelling at me and crying as like I was being pulled away. It was very weird.
Anytime you're trying to like go at it like and fight a dude and he starts crying, like that's it, man. You won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember when I tried to fight the Guidon guy?
Yeah, that was awesome.
That was awesome, but when I went to go rip the Guidon from him, I fell over and just can't get. I mean, it keep me up at night, but I hate
keeps me up at night.
I can't.
It was bad.
I hate.
What happened?
Yeah.
I'll tell it from my perspective. So
Yes.
I was in the second platoon, and Cretan was the platoon leader for 1st.
Mhm.
So then the Guidon, or I guess you guys stole his Guidon.
So it was the range, the shooting day, whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty close to Horno. We went out and shot that day, and I was platoon sergeant, whatever you want to call me. And the whole, oh, don't leave your Guidon around. They'll steal it and fuck with you. That's mainly for the instructors, right? And so one of our students in HM2 and then HM3 stole second platoons.
Yeah. So they stole a Guidon.
And then we're back at the Thunderdome. We cleaned rifles. We're eating bag nasties. And then...
Yeah. So then the kid from 3rd decided to come up to Cretan, and they just started, from my perspective, I'm like, what are they talking about? And then they got like louder and louder, and then I see Cretan grab the Guidon while the other dude's like walking away, and he just gets like sidewinded, suplexed over somebody. I'm just like,
Cretan
oh
did?
shit, yeah, dude.
How?
All right, so I'll explain a little bit.
Balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this thing in the at the range where my dudes took their Guidon and fuck games, whatever, and we're all in, platoon eating our food. It's nighttime. It's Friday. We're all pretty tired. I'm tired. I'm, the platoon sergeant of a bunch of. It's like you're an elite. It's like sometimes it's exhausting, right?
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there eating food, waiting to get our Liberty brief and like go the fuck on our first like weekend ever because of COVID. And this dude comes over and he comes into like the belly of the beast and he just starts vaping. He's like, "Oh, you guys fucked up." And there's Anderson, one of my best friends, dude, like really good friend. He's 6'4", 250. He's a bud stud, and he crushed BRC. Like, the dude's a monster. Easily does 100 push-ups, all that shit. Just a stud. And he's like, this dude's hitting a vape. He's like, "Yo, what's your run time?" And Anderson's like, 8:30. He's like, "Bullshit." Anderson was the fastest in the class. And he's like, you want to talk shit, dude? Let's talk shit. And he's like, "You guys fucked up." I was like, "Oh, yeah, you fucked up? We fucked up? What, you going to do a drive-by and kill us? What the fuck you going to do? You're not going to do shit. Nothing's going to fucking happen. Get your fucking shit out of here." And I kind of start getting blurry, and apparently I smashed my fist on the ground like a gorilla, popped up, and then grabbed the Guidon and like spun around, and like we both fell over, and then it erupted into almost a brawl. But
it was pretty gnarly. Just when Harding was just standing there with his hands on his hips, and he's just like, "All right."
He liked me, and he was just smiling because he thought it was hilarious, and no one actually fought, so he didn't have to
do anything.
Was it embarrassing you falling on the ground?
No, everybody thought it was fucking awesome. I was getting high fives, daps, and then his platoon, they're on duty as we're going on Liberty, just like telling me like, "Hey, he doesn't represent us. He's an idiot. We're so sorry." I'm like, "Oh."
You're like, "Hey man, it's just a training command."
What's this dude's name?
He was a bud stud.
Bud stud, and he just looks like he just has a very punchable face.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
Everybody told me he sucks.
Yeah, he does suck.
What's his name?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know.
No idea.
Nobody knows.
No.
And then afterwards, we're, females occupy our classroom after we're changing over, like later on. And so we have to go into some other platoon's classroom. We walk in the side door, and it was me first, and then this dude, he's an HM2. I try and be humble, this thing just happened, and I walk in, and they're like, "Oh, it's these guys." And he was the one that took the flag or whatever. And he's just like, "Yeah, man, get the fuck out of my way, retard, make room." I was like, "What? Fuck, dude." And this other HM2 is like, "Hey, where are you guys going?" I'm like, "First Division. I don't know exactly where in First Division." He's like, "How about you?" He's like, "Yeah, same fucking story, dude. We just told you. We don't know exactly where we're going." He's like, "All right, well, I'm 1st Med Battalion, so I'll make sure I look after you." I was like, "Is that a threat?" He's like,
wow.
"Nah, man, it's just going to make sure I hook you up." I'm like, "I feel like you're threatening me. If you're threatening me, we have a different thing going on." But
How does that even make sense? What he's saying? This
Yeah,
dude
dude,
had
he's
no
not-
idea what he's talking about.
No, he was an
Yeah.
idiot. That was the guy that it was like him and his friend that was sitting there. Remember that really strong accented African HM1 that
Yeah.
came and talked to us about like human rights?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is water a human right? And this dude's like doing all these hand gestures and talking about water. And he's like, that's just how it is, cuz it's this Asian guy talking this way. And then there's a silence. And then a voice goes, I don't think you understood the question.
yeah.
Yeah, that was me. And I didn't think anybody heard that. And then I remember riding in the car with you and Oliver, and like, that was you? Like, yeah, did y'all hear that? Like, yeah, that was fucking hilarious. I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, that was probably the funniest part of the class. Like, it was just like dead silence. And then it was like me, Morphin, and like two of our buddies. We just all looked at each other and were like, what the fuck?
You ever
Like from his explanation, like his response to the instructor, and then Korean hit it with that, and all of us we just fucking died laughing.
You ever meet somebody though, and you're like, "Why the fuck are you a corpsman?"
Well, I don't think we do.
You, man.
Because
True.
Yeah, like, what the
it's,
fuck?
no, I don't think that about you.
No.
There's I think they get dealt with. I think they are assessed and get pushed away to Reg or wherever.
I don't know. We work with some people that probably shouldn't be there.
Say the names.
No.
Well,
Yeah, well,
I think we have both.
yeah, well,
I mean, he actually tries.
chase a raccoon up the tree.
But like
and stuff.
personality-wise, though, like
stuck in a gutter for the last 3 hours.
Yeah.
like I mean, some guys personality-wise, where I'm like, dude, you belong on a ship. You don't
Mhm.
belong here
Yeah.
with the other side of the Navy.
Or like a mop closet in a hospital. Just
Yeah.
be like,
I can't think of who
keep
you're
you at
talking
bay.
about.
We don't really have guys like that, but like that Asian dude right there,
Yeah, the guy,
just sounds the one that you were
yeah,
that was like talking all stupid and
all slang and shit.
yeah.
It was really awkward. And then with going on that, it's just like it kind of you see those guys and you're like, I'm a corpsman too.
Mm.
Yeah.
People are gonna both see us same, and it's horrible.
Yeah,
It's
we
like,
need
I'm
to
not
all
retarded.
have like the same personality. Like we're supposed to be carbon copies of each other. Like there doesn't need to be any deviation on personality here.
I think Corpsmen should go to a version of Marine Corps boot camp. Like,
I mean, that's
still
kind of
run
what
by-
FMTB is.
Yeah, that's what.
but it's too late by then, dude.
That's the purpose of FMTB.
Yeah, like
try
there
to
should be no
indoctrinate
fucking
them.
reason to have chiefs and HM1s going through FMTB.
Right. But it's too late for a lot of people. Like, a lot of people are forced to go to FMTB. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, yeah, we can tell. And
Yeah.
then they triple fail test or whatever they do. They can't do the easy hikes. Dude, that hike we did, the one we were in a COVID class. We did one hike and we're going. We're like going for a while. I'm like, man, when do we start? Like, I think we started. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So
It felt like an admin hike.
I tracked down one of the rollbacks. I was like, dude, have we started? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, dude, this is ridiculous. And I fucking took off. And I wasn't in anything good shape. I was like, first 10 done.
Yeah, but if you've done it before, then it's just a walk in the park.
Some of our hikes were pretty gnarly.
You
And
probably went to the older one where it was you can't fall back any distance.
Yeah.
Ours was you meet certain time hacks, and that's it.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, to be honest, our class was like easy.
Yeah, for me, I didn't feel like I had to be there.
No,
I-
everyone. That's what we talked about all the time. Like, I think it was like the first week, Korean shows up with his, like with the dress uniform or the service uniforms. And he has like a car already. He has like Afghan, and we're just like, what is he gonna learn? And then like we try to like think about it, and we're like, yeah, like medicine, but he's already a corpsman, so it's
Yeah.
like he's already qualified in teachable say, why does he have to be here?
Yeah, but also if you think about it, FMTB is where you first really actually start getting into the weeds of TCCC and like field medicine.
That
Yeah.
part of it was good.
Yeah.
Figuring out Kazaz, there's a lot of new things to learn. And I think it's hilarious that corpsmen can fail TCCC in core school and become a corpsman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a requirement.
I feel like it should be a requirement
Should be.
because at any time, let's say like a World War III, breaks out, and you're enlisted, like they're gonna call for you. So
That was Iraq.
yeah, honestly, yeah, it would be like you'd be in training for like 6 months, and then they would just be like, all right, like you'll do some CLS classes over in wherever.
My brother was in the invasion of Iraq. He said his corpsman was terrible.
Yeah, I bet.
CCCC was really new back then.
Yeah.
very
Have you heard of, not heard of, but have you seen that card in the BAS that Ace brought in on the Special Forces, the Army Special Forces, the way they kind of do their algorithm?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty cool.
Is that ABC?
Something like that.
That's paramedic stuff or
Well,
EMC stuff.
But they also go over that. You
Mm.
can't. You
It's
can.
just, it's like 8 blocks.
Yeah.
I don't know it too good, but it does make sense when you look at it. It's not necessarily the P March P, but
I mean,
it gets you there.
P March P. I think for most of the patients that I've seen, like P March P, like real quick, but like the rhythm that they want you to do is just be like P, and then M A. It's just like you shoot when you get good enough, like that shit goes right, like you burn through the fucking algorithm
Well, you can
Yeah.
also make some very clear visual assessments
right off the bat.
if the person's talking to you.
They have an airway.
Yeah. For the most part.
Mm.
Now, if that goes away,
Yeah.
Time to crack them.
Or
apparently that's becoming the thing now.
Cracking people?
Just straight crack.
I
Like if you
wouldn't.
need an airway, just crack.
What?
I had a patient.
Mm.
I had a patient that he was bleeding through his nose and mouth, but the last thing I thought was, let's open a hole in his throat and crike him. And the MPA started to work after a while, but like,
I just don't understand how NPAs actually work.
dude,
They're getting rid of eye gels. I
Yep.
thought they were supposed to get rid of OPAs. Atlas was telling me when I was in
Yeah.
weapons, he's like, "You have OPAs?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "No, we're done with that shit." I'm like, well, I got them. And then
Yeah.
MPAs, whatever.
I mean,
OPAs are just like a lot of people, like they have to really be out for them to work. Really, it just keeps
Yeah.
the tongue from going to the back of the throat.
Yeah,
From what I
snoring.
understand. Yeah.
yeah.
I need a refresh. I'm actually supposed to do it tonight because I have a SOP brief that I'm going to.
Oh.
I don't know.
Hmm.
Dude, we have this situation going down,
Can I get this in?
and you want coffee, Sin?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We have this situation going down. I don't want to
I'm listening.
get too detailed with it.
It's
but-
something that I'm missing out on since I'm gone.
Something you're missing out on because you're not in my company, and no one else is really tracking it besides like the MO and Benson and Chief and everyone.
within your company.
Yeah, within my company, and I don't want to get into it, but
We'll talk about it off.
yeah,
mic.
we'll talk about it offline. But I'm in like a political pickle because I'm in between two officers of two different service branches, and I'm trying to appease both of them and not be offensive. And the MO told me, he's just like, "Yeah, man, we're getting our toes stepped on here. Like you're not being allowed to do your job because of this situation, and it's not a good situation, and it's I don't know."
It sounds very annoying, but also sounds like something I have kind of similarly dealt with.
I'll explain it as broadly as possible. Is that
You need this.
Just don't cut your finger.
you don't need to spit.
Dude, I do. I get really bad indigestion.
Oh yeah, you have issues. I forgot.
For the record, I used 2 Zins at one time and I swallow, so I'm more of a man than Ronnie.
Basically, our company is trying to
Well, I
bring in
swallow, so
an outside source to help with TCCC prolonged field care,
Yeah.
right.
and they didn't contact the MO, and so all the military courtesies and customs aren't being met, and no one's on the same page, and it's like cruxing at me, and I'm like communicating to multiple officers on the situation, and they haven't fucking met up yet, and it's putting me in a pickle.
Was this during a training scenario or like an actual
They're
casualty?
trying to set up training.
Oh, okay.
And they're saying, hey, we have these resources, and that could be great. But then the MO doesn't like that training entity because of previous things.
I think I'm tracking now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal, but it's making me just like, man, what did I do? Did I do something wrong here?
No.
I'm not tracking, but I'm
Nah.
really curious.
I'll talk to you later about
I
it.
don't
Let's
know why.
move on.
Why do you know this? Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's get past this,
We're
man.
moving on. Let's get past this pickle.
There's something I do want to address on this podcast.
Mm.
There was just a mass shooting yesterday
Oh, was there?
Buffalo.
in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Dude,
Fuck.
and
Yeah.
tell me how this motherfucker got away alive, bro.
Is he not in custody?
He is in custody, but he is alive. What is the point of putting somebody through the fucking judicial system?
I still think you said it wrong.
I did.
Judicial.
Yes, it's hard to say with a Zen in.
Sure.
I'm making excuses, but just fucking retarded. Anyways, why didn't we just fucking kill this guy?
Because I'll tell you, it's worse to be in solitary confinement for the rest of your life than being fucking dead.
Or, hear me out, we implement torture systems
Not
to take care of these kinds of
Jail's
people.
already got
Yeah,
that.
not where I thought you were going to go with it.
If you're a
I
mass
thought of-
shooter, I think they're going to take care of
I
that.
thought of a really cool way to torture somebody, actually.
Sure, dude. Hit me with it.
Okay, so
Let's go there.
I want to call it wiring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you strap somebody to a hard surface, like a wooden table.
Okay.
And you have these thin wire bindings that go around like their whole entire body, right? That bind them to this table.
Mm.
Kind of like guitar string, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Something
And-
like a piano wire.
Yeah, something like that. And throughout hours of the day, mind you, this will take a long time. These wires just slowly tighten across this person's body, breaking into their skin, being so tight around their chest that it causes respiratory arrest and going into their brain.
Why are you thinking about these things?
Because, you know what? I don't have a good excuse for that.
I think you have too much time now that your wife is gone. to
Yeah,
prison.
but I was like, this is a good way to scare people who want to do mass shootings.
Anyway, to stay on topic, I believe the reason why that shooting happened,
MK Ultra.
Yes.
So it was a white supremacist attack.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Was he attacking white supremacists, or he
No.
he
No,
was a white supremacist?
He was white,
He's a
and he was wearing multicam, and like,
not hard to get.
Yeah, he
but-
just bought
No,
that
but-
shit, but
but just think about that. This dude is going to it's called Tops. I'm from New York.
Mm.
It's called Tops. It's like a
it's a grocery store, right?
grocery store, and he's going in with multicam. It's he's thinking this like militant, combatant
Yeah.
view of this, and he's attacking, he's killing, murdering people in the parking lot and in the grocery store for the reason that he's a white supremacist and he was just killing African Americans.
He did it on
That's-
Facebook Live or Twitch. He did it on
Yeah,
Twitch.
He did it on Twitch, which someone I read in a comment, someone just said incel,
Yeah.
which
Probably.
I mean, shit,
Definitely.
to not be like disrespectful, like it depends on how many people that were murdered were female. Then like it could be. I mean, the guy's obviously not okay, but yeah,
Yeah, but now we just spend money on this fucking guy to live.
anyone could have just. It's Buffalo, New York. Anyone could have just pulled up and just popped that dude in the back.
Buffalo is like also one of the nicest cities in New York, from what I understand. It has like the wealthiest neighborhoods.
Well,
But he went to a bad part of Buffalo, from what I understand.
Can I
Yeah,
just
man.
say, like, officially on this podcast that we don't condone that behavior?
no,
Not at all. That's
Yeah.
why I'm pissed. I
Are
was
you,
actually very mad.
Are you pro-AIDS or anti-AIDS?
I think it's a real thing.
Yeah, I think it's definitely real. There's a lot of evidence of it. Have you seen
I
Dallas
don't
Buyers
like
Club?
I don't like AIDS. I want
Yeah.
it to be gone.
It's a
but I
Flight of the
don't.
Concords joke. No big deal.
I love that show, but I don't
Do you
remember,
really?
I don't remember that reference.
Yeah.
Their music was hilarious.
More of a Portlandia guy.
I
You look like a
can't
Portlandia
watch
guy.
that shit. It's
Why
too
you look
awkward.
like-
That
Yeah,
comedian's
that's-
too awkward.
Fred Armisen is a god.
He was on.
Comedic god.
Have y'all seen that show New Girl? I'm so glad we got off the other subject. Have you seen that show New Girl?
Yeah, let's go on the subject about you talking about watching New Girl. What about New Girl?
Have you seen the show?
No, I've never seen.
It's not
New
a
Girl.
chick show. It's actually really good. He comes on. Episode's hard to watch. He's so awkward.
Okay, so
That's his thing.
that's like his shtick. And then with him being like awkward, like he also paved that ground for awkward comedy. Like I grew up watching Tim and Eric, and that's like awkward.
I didn't like Tim and Eric.
It's too awkward. It's too
Yeah.
like And then he just like masters that because like now like he has, or for a while he had Portlandia, and it's like awkward comedy. It makes me uncomfortable too, but it makes me laugh.
There's this guy that I found on TikTok, and I have to show you guys this after.
Can you please get off TikTok, dude?
Yeah, TikTok is.
I had a conversation on the last podcast about TikTok.
It's hilarious.
It is garbage.
No, this guy is
TikTok's really
amazing, dude. He goes into Walmarts
Oh, the
and he walks around. He has like glasses on that have a little camera on them, so like people don't know he's filming.
Mm.
And he puts like, he obviously like he like goes towards weird people. Like he knows like these people are weird, and he just fucks with them. He says the most random shit, and he'll act like he knows them. He'll be like, "Oh my god, man, I haven't seen you in such a long time. How you been? You have the nicest teeth. Wow." And like the people are confused. They're like, "How do I know you?" And it's like, "How are the kids doing, man?" He's amazing.
how about
It's
when
very
he,
awkward and very uncomfortable.
Do you ever run into Marines? Like, dude, what's up, man? What's going on?
Marines run into me and they're just like, "Doc, what's up?" I'm
Yeah.
just like,
Yep.
"What are you? What company are you in?" They're like, "Oh well, I'm in Fox, but I remember that one time in Afghanistan." I'm like, "I don't, dude. I'm sorry. Like I
Yeah.
don't know who you are."
Yeah.
Yeah, me being new to my company a few months back, I would see people at the exchange and shit. Like, what's up, Doc? I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe wrong person. Like, all right. And then I'll see them at formation. Be like, hey, I said, what's up to you at the, like, dude, I don't know you guys yet. I'm really sorry, but
Right.
not really.
Yeah.
That's what happened with me too. Like, well, they would like text me and they'd be like, "What's up, Doc? Like, I need an appointment." I'm just like, "I don't know who you are yet, but I'll find out."
I did that to Chief. Chief texts me, you around? I'm sorry I don't have this phone number. I've responded so professionally.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I don't have this phone number programmed in my phone.
I would have just been like,
Nothing.
Yo, who it is?
Yo, who it is?
What a
Same phone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he eventually I text, may I ask who this is? Chief. I'm like, yeah, I'll save this number.
So when I get those texts, what I do is I go into the Signal app and like compare
Yeah.
it to the.
Yeah, like frantically be like, "Oh my god, I don't
Yeah,
know who this is."
It-
It's like,
If
it's
you
Mike.
respond to him correctly, it's too easy, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
I like to leave people on red. Just be like, "I'll get around to it."
You know what I hate? When someone texts you, you respond immediately, but there's still like a follow-up question or, information needs that, and they don't hit you back.
Yeah, it's like I don't give a shit now.
Hey, can you schedule me an appointment for blah, blah, blah? Yeah, when's a good time? Next day. It's like, hey, did you get me an appointment? Do you?
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
Also, I don't
not
like
yet.
I don't like making appointments. I don't like seeing people,
I didn't
yeah.
think senior line would see that many people.
but you do.
And guess what HQ's full of?
People who are
Broken,
yeah.
Mhm.
getting the fuck out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've done maybe 20 final physicals since we got back from deployment. Like 20 straight up.
You just did like 7 of mine.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that from like the bottom of my heart.
I'm a good guy.
They're
Yeah.
easy now. At first, they were a fucking headache. I hated.
Depends on what you
Doing-
got going on.
You true. If
Right.
this dude's like been in for a little while and he got seen for like every little thing and he has it documented and you actually have to check him out.
Yeah,
Have you seen maybe you've had this where a dude doesn't have enough room and he takes the time to type everything out on another piece of paper?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I haven't.
I remember
seen that.
seeing someone like come through the BAS like, dude, look at this shit. I'm like,
Yeah,
holy fuck, man.
like 3-4
Good
pages.
luck.
And it's just like, "Hey man, just go to the VA. Like, you'll be fine."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, "But my leg broke in 3 places." Like, well, I'm not gonna be able to fix it.
Yeah. Sucks, man.
You have to stay here an extra
Yeah.
5 to 6 months to get that thing treated.
I know they have to say it, but once they're done with the final physical and the provider tells them, just to let you know, you can be seen
Mm.
until the day you get out. I'm just like, dude, don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Don't.
this is it. This
Dude,
is it.
you
I'm
want to
done
stay
seeing this
around
guy.
a while?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hang out?
They'd be like sitting up on like on the bed, like kicking their feet like a little kid. They're like, maybe I should be sitting. And I'm like
Yeah.
looking at them like, "Motherfucker, you don't come back."
You will go past your EAS date
Right.
if you are trying to get seen for some issue.
Yeah. It's like you already missed your terminal leave, so just get out, buddy.
And these Zins are strong, dude.
Yeah.
Feeling it, dude? Kneel lay down.
I might. I'm gonna have to take a poop. Probably.
Old Huck's poop issue, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this chair, it's leather. It won't soak.
Same color.
Same color, yeah.
Same color.
Yeah, nice chairs, by the way.
$80 for both those on one of those apps.
Like
Okay.
like the marketplace.
Yeah, they're
Oh.
estimated at like $300
Holy
if you look
shit.
for one of those new. And then this was $300. It's IKEA, and I wish I had one of those.
I would just go to IKEA and start scratching the shit and just be like, yeah, $150.
When I was in the Marine Corps,
I tell the price.
I was buying some like Hurley blank whatever shirt and had a stain on it at the exchange, and I took it up to him. I was like, "Hey, so this shirt has like a stain on it. Are y'all gonna discount or anything?" Like, nope, you buy it or you don't. I was like, okay,
I'm not okay. Not buying.
I think I bought it.
Oh, that reminds me of a story that I probably shouldn't tell on this podcast.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'll,
Don't incriminate yourself, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell it offline.
Yeah, let's keep doing that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We got a lot of stories to talk about
That'll last
when these
forever.
cameras come off.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The cameras can stay on. The mic has to go.
Yeah, Mike's gotta go.
You gotta go.
Gotta go, dude. Did y'all watch the other podcast?
Some
At
of
all?
it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
What do y'all think about this guy?
Is that Virginia?
No, it's New Orleans.
I knew that. Yeah, I was
Oh,
just
is it
testing
really?
you.
I thought this was in England somewhere, man.
Nah. I like it a lot.
Dude, I crossed this bridge, I'm pretty sure. This takes you down into the
French Quarter.
not the French Quarters, it takes you down into the 9th Ward. Is that where it takes you into?
I'm not sure. I know that's that building right there is like Mardi Gras City or something, and they have concerts down there. They build all the floats.
Oh wow.
I went like so many places in New Orleans when I was there.
I wouldn't say that's a Huey P. Long, but that might be the Huey P. Long. It's an iconic bridge. It's very hard to find on Amazon.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. I was like, it doesn't
No,
look
very
like it would
common.
be. Yeah.
I know exactly where that is. Anyway, yeah,
And then where's this?
IKEA.
That's
Oh.
yeah.
That's
That's the little wooded area outside of IKEA.
Yeah.
They took a picture.
They make it look a lot nicer in IKEA because they put a backlight like bursting down. And
right,
Yeah.
Yeah, they fuck you up.
and then you put it up. You're like, holy fuck.
Oh god, this is garbage.
Hopefully they'll take it with scratch marks on it.
This is just like,
I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to. I mean, it came scratched, so you're gonna
dude,
have
you
to
should.
return it.
Oh man,
What?
You should put just a green screen right here and green screen us
No.
up, dude. Put us in space.
That would be the whole point of it is to not have it be a thing.
I feel like I'm at home.
Well,
You
you're
feel like you're at home?
you're in a
Yeah.
home.
I was raised in the woods.
Anyway,
I was raised near the woods.
I was
like-
born in it.
People didn't know me before the mask came on.
Have y'all seen the new Batman?
Not
It
yet.
sucked.
It wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't bad. I don't regret watching it, but it wasn't.
I had high hopes for it.
I just think the whole Robert Pattinson idea was kind of.
Yeah. His
Wow,
mask
that was
looks
cool.
funny. His
Yeah.
head looks funny. His haircut.
You thought he was good?
No, I thought he looked cool. But
I thought his
No.
head is oddly shaped, like
yeah.
a skeleton head.
Yeah, I saw the trailers and it's just like, nope, not watching that.
I didn't think he did a bad job.
No,
I think the style of the movie was just a little off, and I think some of the whole like sexual tension between him and Catwoman was just kind of awkward.
forced.
Just be like,
Everything
Amos,
goes forced.
just do it.
Yeah.
just
Touch a
fuck
boob or
already.
something, man. God.
It wasn't a bad movie, but I'm not gonna like. Me and my wife were talking about it. She's like, we should do a Batman weekend where we watch all the Christian Bale Batmans. Like, I'm not gonna do that ever with that movie. I watched it.
No,
I'm
Yeah.
good.
That's a passable movie.
for sure.
Yeah.
Christian Bale was, I think, in my opinion, was the best Batman.
So
To this day,
Mm-hmm.
I wish they kept making them.
And the cool thing about the Christian Bale Batman is, like, if you want to like play around with like the movies, it's almost like he's the Patrick Bateman,
in a way, yeah.
kind of like, you know, like the multi-million-dollar man. Like, it's New York City, and it's just like, but what does
Yeah.
Patrick Bateman do when he's not murdering women in his mind?
I've asked y'all this
Batman.
before. What do y'all think American Psycho is? Is he
That's the hardest question in the world.
crazy? Is he in such a bullshit society that they covered it all up?
Dude, I have seen that movie so many
It's
times.
a great movie.
and I love it, but I never make it to the end. I don't know why. I didn't know that was a thing for the longest time because I never made it to the end. I always thought he was just a murderer. I didn't know it was like supposedly all.
Yeah,
in his
that's
mind.
another one, right? Did he actually kill people or didn't he?
I think the best way that I can explain it is that he wanted to kill everyone and he wanted to be an asshole, but he was always like that stuck up yuppie.
Mm.
So he never wanted to like really do those things. Well, he wanted to, but he actually didn't do it. And it was all in his manifesto that those are the thoughts he had in that book.
Yeah, I've never read the book. I heard it's good.
No, like you remember like during the scene.
Oh,
when,
his
like
journal.
his like journal.
Mhm.
Like I feel like that's what he was like going off of. Like
How-
that's like him making it real.
Phenomenal movie. That's another one I will watch again.
Okay.
How does it end though? What is?
I'm
it
not
end?
going to tell people how the end of
Say spoiler alert.
No. I will tell you this. I don't watch the ending of Blow. If I watch that movie, I stop it when the good times are good. It's too depressing. Have you seen Blow?
That's
I
what Johnny
have.
Depp.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, rest in peace, you know?
He's
Sorry.
gonna win that case. By the
Sorry
way.
you're going through it, man.
Wasn't that a true story? That movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why it's depressing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, oh, no.
All right, now I have to watch Blow.
Have you
It's
not
pretty
seen
good.
it?
No,
It's been a
Whoa,
long
dude,
time since
that
I've
is-
seen it.
That's like top 10, bro.
really.
Yeah.
I have to watch it now. I love Johnny Depp. We love Johnny Depp.
Can't watch the Pirates of the Caribbean, dude. They're.
Those movies are awesome.
I think it was the
good.
fourth one. I don't know
They're
how many
really
they
good.
made.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy left the theater. They were dragging a town hall building through the. I was like, what is going on? Right
Well,
now?
it's Disney.
1 through 3 are good.
One
yeah,
is good.
I can't remember the fourth one or whatever. But
The one where the guy every so many years gets to step on land to kiss his girlfriend.
That's Davy Jones.
Get out of town, dude.
Okay, so I grew up sailing, and then Davy Jones was like,
Did you really?
yeah,
So you're a sailor.
big
Hmm.
sailor.
So-
I had trouble
All right,
conveying that sentiment to Chief.
that you're a sailor.
What?
We're sailors, but we don't sail boats. And he's like, it's a ship. I was like, that's not. I understand.
I don't give a
Understand-
fuck, Chief. All right.
Vehicles on the water in the Navy are ships.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, a sailor, you can be a sailor of a sailboat,
Yeah.
and then you can be a sailor in the Navy and not have any idea how to do
Right.
sailing.
Yeah.
Right, but I think it's just that it's just like the tradition being like, you know, there used to be like the continental Navy was like with actual sails.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, yeah. I mean, I'd rather be called a sailor than a seaman.
Yeah, they need to get rid of the
It's
seaman
a
thing.
rank though. Yeah.
Why
too
can't it
bad.
be sailor,
Sailor.
E1 sailor,
Yeah,
sailor apprentice?
that's cool. I think I
Yeah.
think that sounds cool.
And seaman has the word men in it, which they tried to get rid of all that.
Gender
shit.
stuff.
Yeah,
yeah,
but yet they
sea-fae.
still kept it.
Dude, at my 24-hour, we have a.
Rifle person, 0311. Fucking kidding me?
Is that what that is? No way.
One of my sergeants
They
was
actually
a
changed that.
former instructor.
Oh my god.
He's like, they're called rifle person, not riflemen.
But when we say men, aren't we referring to as like us as like
But that's
human?
sexist. You're a bigot, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
Now
referring
lash
to
yourself because of your white guilt.
You're right.
It's like human.
It's
That's-
human.
that's the way
It's
I
what
see it.
human is what it's supposed to mean. Like when you say dog, the dog is the man's best friend. You're not literally talking about males. You're talking about man as a species.
Well, if you get into Spanish, you can have 1 million women in a group and one man, and that group is gonna get that.
Conjugation
Yeah,
for a man
That's odd.
instead of like L and law. you know?
Latina X, you know,
Yeah.
which no Mexican is like, yeah, I'm Latina X. Just like,
Yeah.
you're what?
Maybe.
The fuck
Maybe
out.
Bad Bunny is. I don't know.
Someone in LA
Seems
is
kinda like
that's
it.
all woke and shit.
Yeah.
But real, if you
If
I've
you go into
dated-
like the mountains of Mexico, yeah,
I've
they're not.
dated Mexicans, they don't identify with what the fuck that is.
Yeah, I don't even think. I think that it really does sound made up.
But hear
An
this.
attention seeker.
At my 24-hour fitness, they have a gender
Name
neutral.
drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's it located?
I can't tell you that because
Okay.
then people will start showing up to try to get my autograph.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But there's a gender neutral locker room, and the sign says,
Shit
Please.
where you want.
yeah, it says try to keep the use of this locker room to a minimum. And I thought that was weird. It's like, so what's the point of
Yeah.
it? And
So people
any-
can stare at you as you walk in.
Yeah.
That's the guy. That's the person.
He's
Yeah.
the one. Don't let him get the bench.
He's the one that also identifies as a woman.
Don't hit on that one.
Oh, also, another hot take. When you're wiping down your equipment, always wipe the ass sweat up to the head first, right?
Yeah, I would. When you're in the shower, don't clean that and then your face. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well,
But
When you're spreading
find-
your germs across the bench, don't wipe the ass and then go. Or are you saying do that on purpose?
I do it, and I catch myself doing it. I'm like, wait, this is ass backwards. No pun intended.
That's
Yeah.
That's ass
I
up.
wipe the ass part and then the head part, and I'm like, that's actually kind of gross. I bet.
Going ass up.
I
on the
mean, you're
bench.
using alcohol. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares? But I do it.
I'm not gonna be the one with the ass sweat on my head.
At least I'm wiping my shit down.
I like to smudge my face on the equipment too. So I really.
You're building your immune system.
Yeah.
You're wiping your shit up
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the head. I would hate you if I saw that. I'd be like, "Hey, asshole,
Rewipe it.
do it
You
again."
would.
Hey, asshole! Don't
wanna
smear
watch
your
you do it.
asshole towards the head. Okay.
Or some other guy, he's just like, "I like that you did that." Thanks for doing it.
Hey
like
man,
that."
don't worry about wiping it down. I'm about to use it.
And then he starts kicking it up with his feet, and he's like, his head's near your ass.
Yeah. He's like wiggling his ass like a dog, getting all excited.
Just
Yeah, I
worms.
can't wait. Can't wait, man.
I love working out.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, I noticed the back of your butt part's a little bit wet, a little wet. You been working out hard?
I like that.
Do you need a spot?
When are you gonna squat? When's your squat day?
Yeah.
When's your squat session?
What's your max? You mind if I feel your legs?
Jesus Christ, like a bull.
Man, I bet you can buck.
I haven't even started working out. I'm sweating.
Yeah. I'm getting a little hard.
All right.
My legs are getting hard.
Yeah. How many minutes can we fill with that?
Speaking of feeling something,
Fucking all day, I guess.
Trying to fill something up.
what are we, George Bush?
George Bush.
That's what this sounds like. We should get a special guest on this podcast, like somebody.
You're
famous.
it, man.
Bill Clinton.
Oh, sweet.
I'm trying to get Joe Rogan on, dude. I messaged his website. No responses of yet.
That's surprising. I figured he'd be jumping at this podcast.
I just think that would be very funny if someone huge came on a podcast with 41 subscribers.
Yeah.
I think there would be comedy in that.
That would blow you up.
If Joe Rogan came in your house, it would literally immediately go on fire. It's just like too much.
Too much heat.
Too much heat.
Yeah, dude.
Podcast.
The
I don't
floors
think he's
aren't meant for
allowed
that.
to use emails yet since he got canceled.
What do you mean?
Yeah, how long is he going to be canceled for?
I don't know whenever they get back to him, but I don't think he's allowed to use the internet until then.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Joe Rogan says the N-word. Hard R.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he was speaking out. This is a little conspiratorial, but he was
Yeah.
speaking out, not speaking out, but just talking about his experience with COVID. And, because I say that, this is going to go into the YouTube AI and they will pop something up about COVID because I'm saying the words COVID.
really now.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Anyway, he was just speaking about his experience and monoclonal antibodies, and he was going to get the vaccine, but then with the UFC, it fell through. There's a misunderstanding, and he got sick, and he's like, I don't think I need to. And CNN went after him, and then someone compiled every time he said the N-word on his podcast. And he would refer to Richard Pryor's album, and then he would refer to titles of things. He wasn't just calling people the N-word.
Yeah.
He could have easily just used a different, be like, hey, this album.
Yeah.
Well,
If-
him,
also-
Louis C.K., and a couple of other people. Louis C.K. says it.
Yeah.
He gets away because he's Mexican, and he also won't apologize.
Mm.
Louis C.K.?
Louis C.K. is Mexican.
That
What
dude
the
is-
Yeah.
fuck?
That dude's just white as paper.
Dude, he on Netflix, he says the N-word multiple shows.
Louis C.K. is also a public masturbator, isn't he?
No, not public.
He's into voyeur.
Are you talking about his incident? What it was? Do you know what it is?
I've heard multiple incidents, and also, before you say what you're gonna say,
I also public masturbate.
Yeah.
there's another comedian, and I can't think of his name right now. It's the Australian dude. He's funny as fuck.
Australian.
Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries. He talks about this one incident in one of his stand-up specials where he was on tour with a very famous comic, and he was still a growing comic at the time, and he was like in awe of this guy, right? Like
So probably Louis C.K. is what you're saying? Yeah.
He doesn't name drop him, but people are like, it sounds like Louis C.K. And he talks about this moment in a hotel because they were sharing a hotel room together where they had girls back at the hotel room and they were doing blow and stuff and partying. And the girls wanted to leave, and
he forced them to stay in the room.
Well, because he got naked and was like showing his wiener to everybody. And the girls are like,
as you do on cocaine?
Yeah. You don't show your wiener on cocaine, actually.
I'm not a...
Either am I, but from what I've read on Reddit. Anyways, he ran to the door and locked it and like wouldn't let the girls out and was freaking them out.
That's called kidnapping.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
His thing, from what comedians have spoke about it, I don't know the guy. I wasn't there. I'm 41 subscribers, but I must comment. Is he would bring people back to his hotel room, and I would feel like, hey, if you're a female going back to a hotel room with a comedian, that certain things are going to be implied, and I think they went a different direction when he would ask politely to jerk off in front of him. Like Sarah Silverman said he did it, and she's a comedian as well, and she's like, yeah, okay. And the thing about the Me Too with him is that he forced them in an uncomfortable situation, and they felt awkward because of his power, that if they said no. I don't know anything about that. I also don't like Jim Jeffries because I think he's a bit of a liar.
I don't know.
I'm not saying what he's saying isn't, real. But anyway, yeah, he would ask people to jerk off in front of them, and they'd say yes.
Yeah, I guess we don't kink shame, but it is a little odd.
I
think a little odd.
I think
it's not the worst thing in the world.
I think when we start locking girls in a hotel room with cocaine and drugs, we should start kink shaming that kink.
Yeah. This is my kink.
I just like locking you in the room with a lot. I just want to.
I just like seeing you scared.
Yeah.
I do believe that's technically kidnapping. When you
it's a little more than kidnapping.
It depends who you are.
That's like sexual assault if you're naked, and
I mean, R. Kelly got away with it for a long time.
He's in prison
for a long time. He got away with it.
Yeah, Louis C.K.'s not going to prison.
This is true.
I wonder why. No, I'm not going to get there. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
It's because R. Kelly was black.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Because he kidnapped underage girls and had sex with them and kept them in dungeons?
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah.
Was he taking the girls from Africa?
I don't know, but there's that weird song, Do You Have Your Shots? Do you want to come with Ron, whatever his name is?
Do you have your passport?
Yeah, that
Did you get your shots?
He hit the shit out of that hoe, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I was checking for my passport after watching that.
He hit someone?
No, like he
just hitting it.
He just hit.
Oh, such a awkward. A lot of his music's awkward to me.
Yeah, I sent him a picture of my shot record, but he never hit me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I sang.
Come on, man.
I think I sang the same song in Afghanistan. I'm just like.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yeah. In my head, I know shit. You call me a bad person, but I'm like, I remember.
You're just trying to get him there, man. Trying to get him to the States.
But he said the visa.
You were there in the.
Damn, I'm trying to like make myself laugh in my head, but I'm pushing this person off the wall.
Were you there?
United States Navy.
Were you there on Friday when Wessel tried to give his 2 cents add to the story?
Oh, and you absolutely destroyed him.
So I tell this story in Afghanistan, and very awkward silence. It was involving Max, and then I didn't mean to take it to that there, but then there's like this awkward silence, and I talk about how I broke like 3 major things of being a corpsman. I don't know if I should really say what I did. I don't know. What do you feel about that?
That's what I was trying to say. Like in this situation, like a lot of bad shit happened. Like no one will ever find out because like we just don't say it.
Yeah. So
it's either me like in my head thinking like trying to like make light of things, or just like the like your situation. It's you're kind of just like fucking like just going with it.
Don't hit the mic when you talk, please.
Anyway, so I talk about these like 3 major things that I kind of did. Again, we can talk about it. And I think you know about it too, because you were there with me.
When you were...
You're like, you don't remember saying this, but you're like, where's your brain bucket? And
Yeah.
I like didn't have my Kevlar,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have 2 other things with me, but I fucking sprinted forward.
Yeah, like that. Like when I heard that, like, dude, we were just not thinking, like, straight, like brain bucket, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were, granted, there's a reason I explained that in this story, but I don't necessarily want to say it in public. But anyway, I'm talking to the BAS about this. I'm talking about like these 3 faux pas, and I reacted, and this happened, that happened, and then after the awkward silence, Wessel of course wants to talk.
Yep.
And he goes, "Oh, I did some shit I wasn't supposed to either. Like there was this little kid, and and I
punched him in the face.
I just fucking blasted. I was like, what?
Really?
You touch him?"
He was like,
"No, I didn't touch him. That's not what I was saying." And everyone's just laughing.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to finish his story while everyone's laughing at what I said. It's not true. And multiple people, you, me, Benson, everyone's just like, "Dude, Wessel, we don't care what you're about to say. Cretan just ruined you."
yeah, the joke is over,
And-
or whatever he was gonna say. He had like and he was like pretty confident telling the story. He's like, yeah. So then there was like this one 15-year-old boy. He's like, what, do you touch him? And then everyone just started dying laughing.
"Yeah, I did some stuff I wasn't supposed to do." So there was this
Yeah.
little kid. I was like, "What did you?" Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean,
Nobody
that's
cares.
yeah. And then after that, like we're all laughing for like 15 minutes, and then he tried to keep telling. We're just like, shut up.
The
Yeah.
time has passed.
It's over.
Yeah. It's really
He-
it's really fun talking to him.
Oh,
When he-
yeah.
Bulldozes right over what you're about to say because what he's saying is more important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my constant headache at work. It's always Wessel like, oh, so do you know? It's like, dude, I
It's like a
don't
little kid.
give a fuck.
I address it when it happens.
Yeah, I started saying
A lot of people do now.
I'm just like, hey man, just shut up.
Well, I have a corpsman that says awkward shit too, and I will address him and
Yeah.
the other guy.
I'm trying to
And I'll be
think of who all is underneath you right now. Is it
You-
part of our deal? Is it part of the
Mm-mm.
company swap?
That's also not happening.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that. But
Are you sure?
Well, we're not getting your
Echo?
guy because your guy apparently keeps going to parties and keeps getting the shit beat out of him.
did that happen again?
Oh yeah, that's actually
Apparently, that happened with my company to him, even though he wasn't in my company. I had no clue
Oh.
about that.
well.
No, he was in
yeah.
your company before. No, he was in Fox. You were golf, right?
Yeah,
Are we not supposed to say this stuff?
whatever.
I
Dude.
feel like we're gonna have to take out a few good things out here.
We can just
It's-
bleep stuff out, but
Well, we're not saying his name, so
can you just start? With,
I haven't figured out how to bleep, but figure
we'll
it out.
learn it.
Yeah,
We'll
Can
figure it
you
out.
drop the first letter of his last name?
S?
dude, you know who I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
you're-
It was part of the trade.
I think you're just trying to make him say it.
No, I was actually genuinely confused, but he used to be with me.
Still is.
No, I'm not
He
talking about
can't
that.
fast rope.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a guy in your company that
No, I-
says
no.
awkward things.
Oh.
Did you give me that?
I want to know who it is.
It's not, dude. It's Stanfield. It's not that big a deal. Like,
Oh, okay.
he just says awkward shit sometimes.
He does.
And I've addressed it with him and Wessel. I'm like, dude, you two are gonna have an awkward off, and the windows are gonna break because of the awkward shit you say in a room
Yeah.
together. Like,
They're like competing on who's the cringiest person in the room.
luckily, I haven't witnessed them in the same room before that I can remember, because
They would probably kiss.
dude. I think you were. I mean, you're around a lot, but Ace left. Columbus is HM1. It's like the first week. Wounds are fresh.
Yeah.
And like Wessel sitting at the seat closest to Columbus' desk, and then something like, I think I asked, "Are you officially the LPO?" He's like, "Yeah." And Wessel's like, "Yeah, unfortunately," like right in front of Columbus. I was like, "Wessel, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, why would you say that?"
Yeah, I
He's
remember.
like, "Oh, he knows I'm just joking." I was like, that's not really a joke."
I remember
Yeah.
that. I was like sitting at my desk, my table. I think it was at that time, and I just like stopped what I was doing. I'm like, I think I was doing records. I'm like, oh my god.
Like
Why
this
would-
dude that just gets put in a position that he doesn't necessarily want to be in, just has some underling fucking
Yeah.
completely kneecap him and be like, "Yeah, unfortunately." Just
I-
like,
I
"Shut
like
the
watching
you're fucking
him-
fired."
Yeah,
I like
think-
watching him hit on Mam. It's
yeah,
just so awkward, and Mam just is like,
Yeah,
I've never witnessed it.
I'm
Is
usually.
it blatantly obvious?
he's like trying to like make her. He like tries very hard to make her laugh, and it's so forced, and like he like puppy dogs around her when she's at the BAS.
Yeah.
That's so.
I'm actually getting like pissed thinking about this kid.
Yeah. Whatever.
I love that the other people were all polite about saying their names, and then with him, it's just like, yeah, fucking Wessel, dude.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna watch this.
Yeah, send him the link.
Yeah.
We love Wessel because he's one of us, but every team has their weakest link.
And theirs is their leader.
Who all is in that company? I can't. Well, I guess we can't
can-
talk about it. I didn't know that.
Why
Can
can't we
not-
talk about it?
I don't know. You got
I'm
all
just
weird
not
when
gonna
I
put
said-
someone's business. I thought you were talking about the other guy. I'm not
you
gonna
got
talk
weird when I
about.
said Echo and golf.
I feel like we're also gonna have to chop out a lot of this.
I'm not gonna chop shit.
Oh.
Okay.
This is all natural, baby.
I love
Us in the
natural.
raw.
We haven't name dropped anyone that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Security clearance. You know what I'm saying?
Just to say
know
my
what I'm
own
saying?
butt, though, I love all my guys.
I like all my guys too. I don't know about love, but I like
I love
them.
I love my guys, man.
I have one guy that consistently gets fine details of word wrong. It really throws people for a loop.
Corman?
Gorman. Yeah. Consistently.
I think I know who that is.
Consistently words wrong.
Like, will pass word that is wrong enough to fuck things up.
Oh yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sounds like
Christian.
who the fuck is Christian?
You don't know who Christian is?
No. I hardly know
Oh,
any
yeah.
first names.
Y'all want to go over the first names we know? I know Sean, George, Ron. Forgot yours, but if you would have given me a minute, I was on the spot. You didn't know mine.
I always thought yours was Brian. In my
You can
phone, I have
call
you
it.
as B. You just look like a Brian, dude.
Sick, dude.
I think I've always thought your name was Brian
I don't care.
because I don't call you Blake.
Yeah.
I call you the Creepmeister.
Yeah, I've never heard that
Yep.
once.
You know, I say it in my head.
Yeah. No, you said that a few times. Where's
I
the
had
creep
Meister
master?
to I had Meister to a lot of names.
Y'all know because of y'all, I've put this time and effort into this podcast. Because of us you knew that, right?
Yeah, messing
Talking.
around in the office.
Just sitting around in Mam's office.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is gold.
Yeah, legs kicked up, just talking, shooting the shit.
Shooting the shit.
Hey, you ride a bike, right? You live in San Diego.
Yeah.
How do you keep it from not getting put in the back of a truck and trucked down to Tijuana?
You know that's happened to me, right?
Has it?
Yeah.
Happened to a few Marines and SEALs.
That's happened to me, dude.
It's too bad.
When I lived in La Jolla, we had a public parking garage. You need a gate sensor to get in, but what people do is, I think the security that they had hired for the apartment complex was in on it because they would sometimes leave towels open.
I don't think the standard's too high to get a job as a security officer at a
No.
hotel.
They
I
were
mean, an
sketchy.
apartment. Sorry.
They were sketchy, but it was a nice apartment complex. And sometimes what they would do is they would leave towels over the sensor for the gate so it wouldn't know to close. So the gate would just be wide open.
That's like a sure tell sign of something sketchy going
Yeah,
on. dude.
and the apartment complex doesn't let you view the footage.
Because it's probably not recording.
Inside job.
Do you
Might
know
not
that-
be.
Do you know that trick?
It's just like supposed to ward them off, right?
Yeah.
That's such bullshit.
Yeah, I don't get that.
That's a thing in restaurants because it's so expensive to, run a security system in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And so they put up either real cameras that don't record or fake cameras.
Mhm.
And then that, keeps everybody under the loom that
Yeah.
they're being watched. And so they
Right.
won't lift money. They won't do this. And then something happens. Oh, someone roofied me. Someone took my purse at the bar. I need to see the security footage. And then you find out they don't record it.
Right.
Well, it's the same thing as the security gates. So, because you need a little fob to get into the apartment complex itself, right? Even if you're walking in, there's a little fob that you use for the walk-in gate. So you think it's a security gate, but it's not, because I started looking into the fine print of our lease agreement after my bike and my SIF gear were stolen.
You were one of those guys?
Yes,
Oh.
I was the one, brother.
Angie got talked to Coffin about having a motorcycle without a license.
Yes,
That's hysterical.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I remember I thought you were Bud Stud, and then I was like, wait, who's getting bitched at? It's like, oh, it's that dude Huck. I was like, what the fuck did he do? Doesn't have a motorcycle license. I was like, Yeah, I probably need one of those.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Kinda.
But
I mean, like-
anyways,
I mean, yeah, you kind of need a license to drive it, but keep on going.
I don't care. I had my permit.
We'll talk about that. But anyway, shit got stolen.
Yeah, and in the fine print of the lease agreement, it says the gates are not for security. They're to help with traffic flow, which I don't know how that makes sense.
Well, it's the sign in hotels and the sign in these apartment complexes that say we are not responsible for lost or stolen items. Right?
Well, they should be.
It's
Well,
just
that's a huge insurance policy they would have to
Yeah.
have.
So I don't care.
300
It's a huge. It is a huge apartment complex.
huge inconvenience.
Well, no, because these people, that company, I can't remember their name. They like develop most of the apartment complexes like in the San Diego area. You're telling me these people don't have money for the insurance to like help with thieves in a city that
If they
stealing
don't have
shit-
to, they won't.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's
It's-
a crooked ass business.
I don't know about that, man.
I would,
It's just
I would go on that. Yeah, anyone who owns most people that own property, they have the accessibility to just fuck the tenants over.
Yes,
They
100%.
can
Yeah.
just do it if they want.
Yeah, a big thing in Baton Rouge when my brother was living there, rest in peace. He went to go get his deposit, and they're like, "No,"
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and he's like, "What do you mean no?" And they fought it, and he wound up getting some of his deposit back, and it was a big thing in Baton Rouge until, of course, the mayor's kid got fucked over in this situation, and the mayor went after the landlords, and it found out that they would just say no. Most people would be like, "Okay," or they would fight back, and they'd lose whatever it was, and they just fuck them over.
Yeah, I mean
Same thing
that's
happened to us.
that's what happened with like my landlord. It's like especially with the service dog issue, they're like, you didn't notify us and all of that, and
You don't have to.
Which I'm like, okay, I didn't. And then it went for like 2 weeks. They were like asking for documents, all this and that. I'm just like, I'm gonna just tell them that I'm gonna get in contact with a lawyer. Be like, hey, you're harassing me. You're just looking for extra money, because if he doesn't have the documents right then we would have to pay like an extra pet fee
Mm-hmm.
or whatever they were asking for. And then 2 weeks later they increased rent, and we're just like, yeah, we're out of here.
Yeah, your area is nice for the area,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of inconveniences
Mm-hmm.
living so close to the beach.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a life of luxury. It's only a 2-minute walk from the beach to the beach, so we're just like, all right, like, we'll just stick with it and screw that. You know, like we'll just keep dealing with their shit until and then I had enough. And I'm just like, all right, fuck, we're leaving.
When I lived in Portland, I found an apartment I liked in the area I liked, and they had a no pets policy. I was like, well, I have a service dog, and I found this out later. She was like, what is it for? I didn't know they can't ask that question.
Yeah, no, they can't. My sister had to learn that as a hostess at Yard House, because people tend to bring
They
their
would
dogs in.
they would
You're-
ask me that too.
You're not allowed to ask. You can't ask if it's a service dog or not. You're not
It's like
supposed to.
It's like you roll up in a wheelchair and you're like, do you have handicap seating? They're like, what's it for?
Yeah,
Can you not walk, or do you have a broken ankle?
yeah, exactly.
I'm handicapped.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah, but in what way?
yeah, it's like
yeah.
I would
Gay,
I would just stroll. I tripped and I found out I was gay. But I would just fucking roll my ass out. Be like, peace. I'm gonna take my
This bitch.
Jesus. I'm gonna take my broken ass to the other Yard House
I'll
Yup.
take my $50 somewhere else, you dickheads.
Yup.
for 2 drinks.
Their nachos are great, by the way.
Yard House is pretty decent.
Oh yeah,
First,
that's
I
great.
think the first and last time I was in Yard House was in San Antonio.
That Yard House is exquisite.
Yeah,
Big fan of San Antonio,
I love San Antonio.
It's a great place.
where I'm going.
Yeah, good on you.
For what?
I bought a house.
That's right. Oh my god.
Well, in between Austin and San Antonio. Conveniently an hour away from both, even though they're an hour
So,
away
like-
from each other.
So
What
like
city
New
is that?
Braunfels,
Canyon Lake.
Canyon Lake.
What do you know cities geographically in Texas?
I cheated in geography. I don't know shit.
In 8th
Good.
grade, I won the National Geographic B for regional.
Did you win
No shit.
Geographic or National Geographic?
National Geographic.
So the TV show magazine, you won some award from them?
I have the award in my bedroom in my parents' house.
Are you being serious right now?
Dead serious. Yeah, like the school level. I won the school level.
Hey, so Ace is now at division, and he can hook you up with, not hook you up, but he can route your awards. Can you please submit that to him and see if you can get something out of it?
Dude, I'll wear that shit to the Corman Bowl.
Pin it.
I'll wear like
I wonder what medal that would be.
Do y'all have a letter of accommodation? Y'all know what those are?
I have multiple ones.
Yeah.
Threw them all away.
I-
Wiped my ass with them.
Yeah, I don't have mine either. I want to pin one. Like when we have to wear our uniform, just pin a piece of paper underneath my
Yeah.
ribbon rack. Like, thanks, guys.
That was sick.
I got a pocket full of coins, too.
Yeah.
I want to see these challenge coins.
For the Corman Bowl, it's gonna be $112.
I'm not going.
I'm going.
Are you?
I want to
Yeah.
go, but I don't want to spend all that money on medals.
Just go to the Marine Corps ball, which will be a better time.
The Marine Corps
Yeah.
Bowl was canceled last year, so I'm protesting.
Because of
I'm
COVID.
boycotting it.
You're boycotting now that it's going to happen this year?
Yeah, I'm boycotting it.
Why?
Well, no, because COVID's going to roll back around come wintertime, and then they're going to get all stupid and gay about it and be like, oh, yeah, sorry, we can't have people within 50 feet of each other.
I think people are done. I don't think people are going to put up with it. I
Hopefully
mean,
not.
granted, some people would, but I didn't fly as much.
For
Yeah.
the military being a very Republican-based atmosphere, it
Depends what branch you're in.
Yep.
yeah,
Marine
Marine
Corps?
Corps very
Navy's
Republican.
very Democrat.
It could be,
Yeah.
yeah. But still, in general, like your bro vets end up becoming fucking Republicans. They wear the
MAGA.
yeah, well,
That's a weird thing.
grunt style T-shirts.
Oh,
and-
grunt
fucking
style
hate it.
affliction shirts.
MAGA is it's a statement beyond being a Republican. You know what I'm saying?
That's like purple hair and piercings. You know?
Right. So I'm on the carnivore diet, right?
Good.
Yeah, no big deal. Lost 20 pounds. Fuck you guys for noticing.
You look great. No, I
Yeah,
was about to say that.
Yeah, you look great.
Which is, I was thinking about it last night and actually dropped off on this story. Okay, in a general grand scheme of things, I'm a Republican, though I have varying ideas in there. What would you say a vegan is most likely?
Only vegetables.
Yeah, no,
No,
but like
not only
Republican.
vegetables.
Yeah. It's when it comes to yeah,
You're
fucking
definitely democratic.
Democratic,
or
right?
libertarian.
And then what do you think a carnivore diet person is?
I see where you're going with it. That's a
Republican.
Yeah, so you like, oh, it turns out that eating only meat is actually, we're finding out it is healthy for you. It's like, well, I bet you I can guess your Democratic party, your, political party. Like,
Right.
yeah, just complete flip a coin on
Just
the way
like,
people
yeah.
live their life.
Yeah.
Kind of what you said. You have purple hair. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
probably tell. You're wearing a MAGA hat. Yeah, no shit, I can tell. But it's these virtue signals you see.
Right. It's virtue signaling. And then you have those two polar opposites, and then you have one side. Yeah, you have it's
I
very-
hate politics,
yeah,
really.
It's
I just
very
think
easy
it's
to just be like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Granted, I voted for the guy twice because the other option was this not good. But I'm not sporting a MAGA hat. That's a special that's a special type of person
Yeah.
that's rolling around that thinks Donald Trump was their Lord and Savior,
Yep.
that he's actually still like these people are dabbling into Looneyville
Yeah,
with that shit. And the
Yeah.
fact that you are going to get treated differently if you wear this hat.
Yeah, I don't care if you're a super liberal or super Republican. Like, you're both super weird to me. Like, you're a threat no matter
Yeah.
what. Like, if you're that much of a zealot, like, you are a threat.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Zealot.
So just like super.
I don't know either.
So okay, let's put it into layman's terms. So it's just fucking like super, like devout.
Okay.
You're devout, liberal, devout,
Right.
Republican or conservative. Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
It's like
Especially because there's a bunch of bullshit.
right.
I would say
Well,
probably
yeah.
50 to 90% of it
Well,
is
then-
I don't think most
bullshit.
people actually know enough about politics to
No.
really even
No,
be
it's-
voting properly.
It's almost like picking a team. Like let's say like you're from like New York and you're just like Jets because this and that, or the Giants this and that. And they're just picking sides, and then they just go to the utter extreme.
Yeah. Well, and it's also like, how do you even find out the actual information on what these people you're voting for is? Because
Yeah.
there's so much propaganda from each side where these people pay millions of dollars to have false information sent out against their opponent and this false but good lighting information about themselves put out. So, like, what are you reading? How do you know if what you're reading is true?
I thought it was really transparent and funny when the Navy SEAL from Texas with the one eye
Yeah.
was on
he's-
Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan brought up about, like
Dan Crenshaw?
Dan Crenshaw.
Dan Crenshaw.
And Joe's like, yeah, lobbying and all this, you get out and you go speak seminar. The Clintons speak seminars and they get $200,000 checks for doing a 30-minute, whatever. And Dan Crenshaw's like, no, there's a donation cap and that's it. And I don't know if he's drinking the Kool-Aid or what's going on with that.
There's been
But
a lot of...
I thought that was very silly of him to say.
Yeah.
Like,
there's-
dude, there is tons of ways around that.
There's been a
Yeah.
lot of controversy with Dan Crenshaw from what I've heard.
Didn't he say your opinion on it, this, that, or the other? Didn't he want, he's a Republican in Texas, and he wanted stricter gun laws?
Yeah, he's not really Republican from what it sounds like.
I feel like
Is that what
he's-
it says on his name, though? Dan Crenshaw, Republican?
That's the thing. You can literally go by whatever the fuck you want. You can say, yeah, I'm Republican, and then spit out Democratic views, but people are like,
Well, I'm Republican, and I think we should try and save the planet. I'm
of
not,
course.
I know I'm drinking a plastic water bottle, but this stuff's garbage. I don't think we should pollute the ocean and the atmosphere and the rivers.
We also shouldn't have political parties because that narrows the point of views people can have, because even if
it's a team, and I'm fighting the
Exa-
other team.
Exactly. And like, so if somebody on the other side of your political party actually has really good views that you like, just because you are so for that one political party, you won't even vote for that person, because people have this mindset of like, yeah, I'm not going to let a Democrat be in office. I'm not going to let a Republican be in
Right.
office.
And as a politician, I feel like that's your due diligence to just be like, hey, I like what they're thinking or what they're saying. Like, why don't you just do the same thing?
I think it'd be really interesting to erase the political party names and have people run for office and then see, well, obviously, and then see who actually wins. And then at the end be like, ta-da, I'm actually a communist.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
I'm with the Nazi party.
Yeah.
Like, damn it,
And
dude.
they'd be like, well, Donald Trump's still the president, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have to check the votes.
Nothing's
He died on the
changed.
cross back in 1983.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much is wrong with that
Well,
statement.
didn't Donald Trump used to be heavily Democratic? Like
Yeah,
heavily-
yeah. He changed.
He was also
because-
friends with the Clintons.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's politics for you.
Yeah, I mean, also, like, come on, you can be Republican and me be a Democrat and us be friends. And if I ran for office, people would
Wait,
look
hold
back
on.
at this and be like,
Whoa. Are you Democrat?
No, okay, this
We had
is
a close
stupid.
call there. I thought I was going to have to ask you to leave.
Sorry.
I'll be the middle ground. I believe in both sides of the party. I'm just.
I would say
I'm a libertarian.
I would.
a liver retard.
Now there are things with that I
They're
don't
always
agree with,
kooks.
but
They're always
like
a bunch
the-
of fucking nut jobs.
the guy that sat in his chair last time is a libertarian, and we got to talking one time. And I think, don't they believe in like Wild West, no laws at all?
I don't know.
And if that's so, I don't agree with that.
No, that's.
And then
that's
where I
dangerous.
vary from Republican is like abortion. Honestly, man, ain't up to me, dude.
Yeah.
That's I have my opinions, but when it comes down to it, I don't get to make that choice.
Yeah.
So on that, please don't destroy the earth. I like my kids and I'd like them to grow up with,
True that.
things in it.
Yep.
And then, I don't know. There's more into it, but, libertarian, I don't think drugs should be illegal at all.
Yeah.
I think that would free up a lot of market. We could talk to the cartel like a organization and not a
Depends which
mafia.
drugs. Which drugs?
All of them.
Heroin.
Sure.
It's still gonna.
If you
what's
go
the
get
point of
clean heroin, it's better than, I've really wanted to try heroin, dude.
I bet it's great.
Dude,
Man.
I have so much stress, man. If I could just shoot up and forget about it all.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not
about it
off.
all the time. It's just hard to find here on the East Coast or West Coast.
Yeah,
It's
man.
more of an East Coast drug, Over
Oh,
here
yeah.
we have meth and cocaine.
And the joke's over.
Okay, sorry.
You made it weird.
Just to say, on the East Coast is huge heroin. Long Island is huge.
There's a whole
heroin.
epidemic for heroin and opioids and
Well,
stuff.
the epidemic is becoming, people are getting hot batches. Yeah, there's a pill epidemic. That's a big thing. But the pills lead to heroin when you can't get the pills anymore. But it's pretty easy to get the pills. And then when you get heroin, the powder form, the street version of the opioid, you get a hot batch and you overdose. And
Well,
if you're going to do that anyway, and you can go to CVS and get pure whatever and know how to do it, I think we talked about this on the last podcast. For a while, I think you would have an uptick. And yeah, I don't necessarily want my kids doing heroin, but if they get to the point where they're doing heroin, it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what the law is telling you.
Yeah,
You're
they're
gonna
find
do
it.
the fucking drug.
Yeah. If you're gonna go out and find it, and it is legal, and like let's say CVS does have it, and like if it's not a hot batch, like if someone is gonna go find it, might as well like know, and like a pharmacist knows like
Right.
what
Well,
they have.
and also, alcohol is really fucking dangerous. But we're just so. The only reason alcohol is really legal is because it's really been the only drug that's tested through time. You know, like we've been drinking alcohol for years, and
Depends
it's
on your
so-
race, though.
Yeah,
If
that is
you're
true.
Native American and you don't have the evolutionary tolerance of it, fucks you up.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my argument though. I was saying the only reason it is legal is because us as a society we have deemed that as like, yeah, this is an okay drug to do,
Right.
but I mean it's more dangerous than other drugs that are illegal.
I think fast food should be a class 3 drug. Isn't that the minor of the
Seriously,
classes?
Yeah, I mean honestly, it's just as dangerous
clogging those arteries with
just as
fucking
anything,
tasty
if you
ass
really
Do y'all
McDonald's fries.
watch cable television?
I don't have.
I don't
cable.
have
I
cable.
don't have cable either, but at the ER I worked at my last command, I would go to the break room and it'd always be on some fucking channel. Dude, the way they advertise Carl's Jr., McDonald's, Wendy's, all this shit, and then the next commercial is Lipitor and cholesterol and,
Yeah.
you know, insomnia drugs, sleep medicine, all this shit. It's like,
It's odd.
They're setting you up.
can we not see this?
They're like, hey man, enjoy some McDonald's, but you want some Lipitor after.
When Kobe is thirsty, he grabs a Sprite. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
The
Bet he doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I named it. I think it's LeBron is
It's
the actual
LeBron.
commercial.
Is it? I don't even
Sprite cranberry.
fucking know.
Want Sprite cranberry?
It's probably pretty good.
That sounds pretty good. Around like holiday season.
Dude, so I've been on this diet for 3 months, and I weighed in, lost 20 pounds, and I told my wife after I do weigh-ins, we'll have a cheat day. I went and got pizza from a favorite pizza place. I got Trader Joe's cookies, my favorite, and I got hard kombucha, and I haven't drank alcohol either. And I ate all of that Friday. I felt like dog shit. All the next day, I wear a Whoop strap, which does my diagnostics, and like all this shit's red on it. It's just like your heart rate was 70 during your sleep. You like not good. I was at 3% recovery.
Damn.
What should your heart rate be at when you're sleeping? It's supposed to go lower, right?
Yeah, so I think my heart rate's usually around 65, and then when you sleep, it goes into about the 40s.
Yeah, isn't that a thing of like super insane, like healthy athletes they already have a lower resting heart rate, and sometimes it's happened before. It doesn't happen all the time, but like they go to sleep and their heart rate goes so low that it actually doesn't perfuse blood properly throughout their body, and they die in their sleep.
That's what it is.
I think
I was wondered.
I feel like that's with blood dopers.
Could be.
I
Maybe
think,
because they're
Yeah, I feel like all of the above.
I don't know if a super healthy person gets into that. Maybe they have something going on, but I'm not sure.
blood. I am curious of how good blood doping works.
We got it, but I got into it. We talked about it on the last.
What the?
I didn't do it, but I figured I
okay.
know how to do it. It's definitely still risky, but it's
Getting
basically
the blood is
it's
gotta be
Valkyrie.
hard. Yeah.
It is Valkyrie.
It's
But you got to go up to the mountains, right?
no. So there's 3. No, all right.
They're doing
There's-
the chambers.
There's 3. No, there's 4 ways to achieve the effects of basically blood doping. There's A, blood doping. There's B, EPO, performance. What is it? I don't know. It's a steroid drug thing that increases the red blood cells
Probably, yeah.
in your body. There's going to the legal way that the Olympians do. They go to high altitude and it increases your red blood cells. And then there is mimicking that effect by putting him in a high altitude chamber
Yeah.
that compresses you basically. And then there's blood doping. And blood doping, the best way to do it for the effects you want is to take someone else's blood and put more blood into you. There's another way to do it where you take blood out of you, store it, still good, and you put it back into you once you've regained that blood.
Yeah. But I thought you're supposed to, like, the blood you're taking from somebody, you want to take it from somebody who has already highly oxygenated blood from being in high altitude.
That would be optimal.
Yeah, I think that's what they try to strive for.
But we're doing Valkyrie. We're just giving people low titers, right? More of that blood, and that's going to help them because they've lost blood.
Yeah.
Essentially, you're doing the same thing, except that blood is doped.
Yeah, I know how it works. I know what you mean, but like, how well does it actually work? That's what I want to know. Like, are your muscles gonna be noticeably like better for a longer time? Are you not gonna get tired as fast? Like, is it noticeable?
Yeah. I haven't done it. I wish. I pussied out when I finally figured out all the things to do.
Like, where do you get the blood? Yeah, I guess you could do it yourself.
There was
right?
a sniper that I talked with on deployment. I was like, dude, you're A positive? He's like, yeah. Dude is a stud. I was like, you know your titers? He's like, yep, low titers. I was like, fuck.
I have a pint of your blood.
And he was like, dude, you can have, if you want a blood dope, you can have my blood. Ah, fuck, man. Like, it's just you can fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is it really worth that to feel really good for so long?
Yeah, how long do the effects last? Is it just like a few days? It's got to be just a few days.
I don't know. There's like a TEDx on it, and then some other videos I watched, and the guy's obviously done it. He's just talking about how you just feel like a superhuman. Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
It's kind of the same
like
thing.
SARMs.
God, we're hitting all the same subjects. I think SARMs are bullshit. Have you done them?
No.
I don't give a fuck, dude. Like,
No.
I've done steroids.
No. I mean, yeah, I've done them. And
Did you think they worked? Or were you just eating better, working out more, and sleeping more? Because you were taking SARMs.
No, they worked. There are a lot of bullshit SARMs out there that will not work because the manufacturers are just making bullshit.
Yeah, they're giving you coconut oil. Hopefully,
Probably.
at worst.
Yeah.
SARMs should taste like fucking absolute shit and kind of have an alcohol-y type taste. And yeah, it's weird. They taste absolutely
You're just
terrible.
drinking Wild West tincture that they drive through
Yeah,
from
it's
town
just
to
wild
town.
turkey.
You use the tinctures or not the pills?
Yeah, the pills are bullshit. Tinctures are the way to go. And
This is my old cure-all tonic. Get it now?
it worked, dude. I went from being like just like a normal ass like looking dude. This was at my last command, and yeah, I went from like barely even being able to bench like 225 to one day I just sat on the bench like a month later because my chief slapped on 245 and he was like, I want to see somebody bench this right now. And I was the biggest guy there because I already
Sounds like a cool chief.
he was cool. He's really cool. I would lift weights with him. He was a bodybuilder.
Was he selling you SARMs?
No.
Nope.
I never told him I did anything, obviously.
For some reason, I want Huckabee to bench this right now.
Yeah, he was like, because we were always in the gym together, you know, and he was like, Huck, get down here and bench this, man. And I was like, Chief, I've only benched 225 like one time, and it was tough. And he was like, come on, just try it. This is after a month of using SARMs. Picked it up, hit it for 3 times, easy as fuck. I was able to do dips, sets of 12 with a 65-pound weight hanging between my legs. Before, I could barely do 10 dips without any weight.
Now, here's, like I said, a lot of people, the first thing what they want to do is take performance-enhancing drugs. And then they're like, yeah, when I take it, I'll start working out. And it's always
working out.
It's always kind of a double-edged sword with taking performance in it, steroids, SARMs, whatever. It's like, oh, I'm going to take this and then get in a routine, so it'll be good. And then you quit taking it, and you're not as strong, and it's not as motivating because you're losing strength in the gym because you're no longer on steroids. Or you're working out, doing good already, then you take steroids, you spike up to superhuman strength, and then you have a choice. Do I continue on with this or stop and have that, again, deflating mode of your body and your mental? And so I've done it. I did it before Afghanistan. Did a little bit after, and like, yeah, you're superhuman. But that is the thing that you can get addicted to.
I feel great. Yeah.
I get
Right,
I get a pump in the gym,
Dude.
and it stays. And you're just like, oh, it's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like before you use any performance enhancing drugs, you should actually know. I mean, like, yeah, you should probably just use it as a booster. Be like, I've been working out for a long time, and I need that thing, that drug
Yeah.
to get me over that plateau.
Which is what I did.
And then, but most of the guys who use steroids or any performance, and they just want to get that burst right away,
Yeah.
and they're not even putting hard work in the gym.
Right.
So it's just like you stop using it, and then you look like a fat piece of shit.
Well, which is what happened to me.
Do you know who Dorian Yates is?
Yeah,
Do you?
Never heard of him.
he's a bodybuilder.
He is the bodybuilder that created the look of what bodybuilders look like now. Arnold had this tapered waist. He went to every muscle bigger, this gargoyle looking fucking thing. And he very carefully journaled everything he did: workouts, steroids, diet, sleep, everything. And he published his journal, and he was talking about how people are saying, I take twice as much gear, I work out way harder, this is bullshit. And a lot of people are clapping back like, yeah, you just don't work out that hard, man. He's probably approaching it with more science
Yeah.
and effort than you.
Yeah,
And then Dorian Yates on Joe Rogan's podcast was also talking about like, yeah, some people don't got it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will the wrong height, the wrong muscle,
Wrong bone structure.
yeah,
wrong
ligament to
muscle
ligament,
insertions.
bicep, like the distance. And he's like, and I'm a trainer. I can look at you. You can come in. I want to be the next world champion. He goes, dude, you're not going to be a pro. I don't care if your muscles grow this way, that way. The way your body looks, you're not going to look like what they need you to do.
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
If the hip bones are too wide.
Good bird than hips ain't good for this stage.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Y'all know who that, man, what was his name? He died. Rich Piana.
Yeah.
He was one of those people that he was semi-pro, and he started juicing, getting geared up, and he couldn't ever get into the pro league because just his body wasn't built the right way.
He looked like shit.
And then he became YouTube bodybuilder famous. He was never a pro. He talked
Yeah.
about it, and then he just went weird with it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did, right.
Poor guy, dude. I liked him a lot.
He was cool.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, that was a one a day, or like the gallon with. He had like the supplement that you
Mutant?
drink. I think it was like the Munos that he said like drink a gallon a day of this, and you just drink that. And I think
I
that's
need to take a piss. Speaking of a
Yeah,
gallon.
right around the.
go piss.
We'll talk shit about you as you. Yeah, so he was sponsored by Mutant. He was their spokesperson. He got the tattoo, and then I wasn't into bodybuilding, but I was into working out
Yeah.
right before I got out of the Marine Corps, like being natural after being unnatural, and doing all the right things, like sleeping, eating, resting, working out hard, of course. Water, getting off of cell phones, different things like that. And I was into all sorts of different bodybuilders, but he spoke truth about steroids and what he was doing and the reality of that world.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was a spokesperson. He was sponsored by Mutant, and you couldn't get it in the U.S. It was only allowed in Canada, I don't know why. And then I noticed they brought another dude on because he was jacked, of course, because like the Mutant sponsorship videos, he's out by his pool. He's like going to work out in a little bit. He like he's like, they say do 3 scoops. I do 9 or something crazy like that.
Right,
He would just overdose on everything.
Mm.
And then they had a Q&A, and it's when they brought the other guy in. And they're like, how do you get past being sore? He's like, you just push past. No. And very bro science shit.
Right,
He's like,
yeah.
you just keep pushing it. That's when the muscle is growing, when it hurts. And the other guy's kind of like looking back and forth. He's like, well, when you have lactic acid, there is a point of no return, and you should stop at.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's like
they eventually severed ties with him because he wasn't speaking science. It was just,
the bro science.
yeah,
Yeah.
drink a gallon of amino acids a day.
It's like,
Mutant's like, we don't actually,
Yeah.
we sponsor. He's,
it's already too late. Yeah, I mean, I feel like when it comes down to like the bro science and science, like sure, some bro science can actually work, but like, yeah, like don't be a pussy. That sounds like one of like the biggest things. Like,
DBAB.
yeah. So with that, like, it does make sense to keep pushing and stuff. But then at the end of the day, it's like the bro sciencers, they're the ones that are fucking, they're juicing.
Well, how
And-
many people, sorry to cut you off, how many
Right.
people you think that are taking steroids or getting it from a clinic following a doctor's suggestion and being scientific about it? Please get off your phone. It makes for a bad podcast.
Sorry.
Yeah, you piece of
I'm not-
shit, dude.
I'm not sure. I think that pros in league in competitions that they allow drug use, then they could probably just have a doctor,
Right.
that because a corporation like a sponsor is paying for that doctor to just go ahead and give him, you know, whatever he needs. But in like bulk and excess, like no, like it's
Well,
from
steroids,
Mexico, Puerto Rico, like straight from a box shipping container.
steroids are already expensive. And then if you add on medical services to that by essentially hiring, but seeing a doctor
Yeah.
to give you the steroids legally, how much more is it? It's already the street stuff's less expensive than the real stuff, and then on top of that, you add doctor fees to it.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying with like this. If it's a sponsor, I feel like they'll pay anything to just get, you know.
Are you talking about rich bodybuilders who can get like the best steroids?
Yeah.
I don't think there's too many rich bodybuilders. I think some of them are doing well.
I feel like
Dude,
the YouTubers are the ones that are,
Instagram has and YouTube
yeah.
has definitely elevated the amount of money people can make off
Yeah.
of being. And I use the term bodybuilding loosely because like even the fitness community kind of
Yeah.
does. Because like you look at some of these guys and you're like, you're a bodybuilder, really? But what they really are is they're just marketers for a product.
Liver
and-
King.
Yeah.
Liver King.
He was on
obvi-
Logan Paul recently. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Um,
He was spewing some bullshit
yeah.
about like
Yeah.
the ancestor bullshit, and it's like, buddy, like you could take testosterone straight from a bull. That's natural. Like you're still juicing. But he plays like this character, like
Yeah.
Liver King says this, and it's like, dude, you're talking like a caveman,
speaking in third person.
Yeah.
right? And it's
super weird.
like Liver King came in. It's like,
Can you
dude,
get another one?
I think it's because your brain's deteriorating because of how much drugs you use.
I thought he was a PhD.
He is a doctor, right?
Well, there is Carnivore MD. I don't know if we're confusing him.
No, Carnivore MD is his doctor. That's the guy he talks to.
Oh, okay.
So Liver King, obviously, like you don't get a body like that just naturally.
No.
You don't.
No.
I was talking to
From
my
eating-
sister
from
about
eating-
this yesterday.
From eating beef liver, you have
He looks like a pro.
right.
Like
He looks great.
he could
Like,
step on
He
stage.
looks insane.
He looks.
yeah.
He looks amazing. But like, buddy, don't say you're eating bone marrow and you have fucking striation and
Look how
veins on your
sad
abs.
his wife and kids look when they're eating the food that he's
Yeah.
eating.
I didn't know he was married.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
You would think that he lives in a cave, but no,
No, he lives in a nice house. I've
fucking
seen that.
mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a lot of money.
Dude, that's one thing. I didn't get drugged down into it too much, but my parents would always. I was the last kid in the house out of 4, 6 technically, but they didn't live when I was born. They already moved out. And there was the Atkins diet, there was Sugar Busters, there was always things. I would get drug into these fucking diets, and I'm never. I'll definitely educate my kids, but I'm not gonna force them to eat steak every single meal because I eat steak every single
Yeah.
meal.
Yeah, I mean, I would because that's the only thing that's gonna be in the house. Slap the kid, but yeah,
So
his family's obviously like
it's a facade.
in turmoil, and I mean,
He's pulling a Louis C.K., not letting
Yeah.
him leave the fucking house.
yeah, he's-
Like, Dad, deer ass again?
you have to eat the hoofs again.
Yeah.
Was it him that was drinking the blood?
Yeah.
And people were just commenting like, dude, there are pathogens in that shit. You need
Yeah.
to not drink blood. Like, well, our ancestors. Yeah, well, they were a little different.
That guy's gonna die.
Yeah, didn't
soon.
we have something in our body that was meant to filter out that kind of stuff that doesn't work anymore?
It's called a pancreas.
Yes.
Is that really what
Or
it is?
no, not your
it's-
pancreas, it's your
your spleen? But
not
then
your
it goes.
spleen, your
goes to your-
appendix.
Well, appendix if it's taken out, it's
No. The
I think
appendix
you can
doesn't
get all
do
3
anything.
of those things taken out, right?
I think so, but your spleen and your pancreas actually still do things. Like your pancreas secretes insulin, I believe. But
yeah. Well, yeah, the appendix is still like anatomically still
Yeah.
in your body. but
What's the one that's
doesn't-
useless? Again,
appendix?
sorry to cut you
that
off.
is-
appendix.
Yeah.
no.
Well, appendix.
Your appendix. My bad.
Appendix, like at the ancestral time, like it could break down rocks because you would.
And it would filter
Yeah.
out like bad shit that you would
Is-
ingest probably through water and maybe blood and stuff like that.
Is that speculation or that is like
I think that's like literally what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
it doesn't
that's-
do anything anymore. That's why like
it's so weird?
they can be removed.
And it bursts.
Yeah, if it bursts, you're in for a bad time.
Usually, when things burst inside your body, it's not
Yeah.
a good
Yeah.
time.
So then
Sepsis, baby.
That's immediate sepsis.
Yeah. Happened to a kid when I was growing up, and he had to get care flighted from the soccer field.
That sucks. Did he get like body checked, or he just walking,
He
playing
was
soccer,
having-
and he just fell over?
He was having pain for a few days, and I guess he had appendicitis, right?
Yeah.
And then it burst.
That sucks.
Get wrecked.
Shit will body you, boy. It's no joke. It's like the worst. Dude, I can take punches to the face all day long. Soon as you hit me, I can.
And
Iron jaw.
That's only gonna last so long.
But yeah, before my brain goes to mush. But the thing, you hit me into the stomach one time, good, out like a rock, boy,
That's how you
to the ground.
Yeah, that's how you really get someone.
Oh, yeah.
Hit him right in the liver, and dude, you won't
It will crumble
You
you.
won't see him for a month.
Yeah,
'Cause you're getting surgery.
Yeah, dude, I got a vasectomy.
you did.
Bro, getting racked in the nuts like 7 times.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Wait, when did you get a vasectomy?
Days after the last podcast.
No shit.
Hmm?
Are you on con leave right now?
Mm-mm. You don't get leave.
I've
You get
done
3 days SIQ and then 2 weeks light duty.
I've done almost 100 vasectomies, and every time my nuts hurt just doing like the needle like in the vas deferens, and then like the cord block, like the nerve block on top. I'm like, brother.
My boys are a little sensitive as of recent.
Do you
Yeah.
still shoot stuff out?
You
How
still
does that
shoot
work?
stuff. Yeah.
Is it just clear though?
No.
Because I thought it was blocking you separate two little
So
things.
there's semen, sperm, and
So the semen comes from your prostate, and the sperm, like the spermatozoon, comes from your testes,
yeah.
Yeah.
like the epididymis.
You're
So then it comes from the epididymis to the vas deferens. You cut it off, so the semen still comes out, but the sperm that actually
Yeah.
fertilizes the eggs don't come out.
Yeah, I thought the sperm was what was white.
apparently not.
No. the sperm-
Interesting. Let me
This-
see.
I can confirm.
Anyway, pull them out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what this looks
They
like.
were looking a little funny. Dude, I jerked off like 2 days after.
Yeah.
And then there was some more bruising that I caused because of it.
You have to do the 21 gun salute. You have to knock all those.
Yeah, so
loads
it
out.
was looking a little
Yeah.
weird.
Were you awake during this procedure?
100
No
Yep.
Yeah.
way.
Local anesthetics. It's
Oh my
horrible.
god.
They said I had huge tubes. Yeah, that's
You
right.
got a big old tube.
That's good.
I had big tubes, and then I kept having pain during the surgery. Kept having bolts of lightning going through my nuts.
Because
And it's like getting racked in the nuts.
the anesthetic couldn't get those tubes.
They said
man.
my nerve endings were in an irregular spot. They didn't say atypical, but I, being a corpsman, I say atypical.
And they're just like, all right. Anyway, let's cut his balls.
Yeah.
open.
Yeah,
Just
let's get rid of
Anyways,
these
take the
fuck-
whole ball.
Take them both. That's
Let's,
fine.
let's make him a eunuch. Let's do it.
Yeah. You just
Good.
see your nuts floating in a jar of
Yeah.
formaldehyde when you're done.
On the last podcast, they're like, dude, you tell me it's not Navy medicine. I was like, yeah, what's the worst that can go wrong? And I completely forgot about the fact that, I lose my testicles. That's the worst that could go
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
But, that didn't happen.
That's
That's why I'm not at CTM, because I was cleared last Monday for full duty, but I had pain on Thursday when I sat down to take a shit. And urology, if you ever get one with the military, the department has like a walk-in thing, like, hey, if you're having issues, just come in, no problem. And I talked to Sir about it. He's like, well, if I look at you, no matter what, I'm sending you urology. If they have an open door policy, just head there. So I went there. They said everything was good. And I asked, like, hey, so they want me to go to this course that's PT intensive on Monday. He's like, oh, what? Ugh. You need to start light, bud. I would not do that. I said, well, it's kind of optional if you tell me that I really shouldn't do it. He's like, I would opt out of it. All right. So I opted out, and morphine's there.
Oh, yeah.
Forgetting his med bag and getting fucked on.
CTM would open your nuts wide open.
That's what I was
Yeah.
afraid of.
Yeah.
God, I was gonna ask you something.
Yeah.
I forgot.
About the vasectomy, about my shooters, about what?
I thought it was the vasectomy. When it comes back to
I
me,
hate that shit.
yeah. When it comes back
Yeah.
to me, I'll say it.
All right.
You started talking.
I know.
So.
Dude, we'll find it. We'll do it on the episode 2
Yeah. Yeah, because this is episode 1.
Yeah. This is episode 1
of y'all's. I was
of the series.
it was hard to find these headphones on Amazon. Like hard to find wired and not
Mic'd.
microphone. Yeah. Because everything's like tailored to Xbox and PlayStation and shit.
Yeah.
And I found like pink kitten ears ones. And I want to have a guest on, like us having the normal ones. Just like, sorry, man, this is all I could get.
Yeah.
There's-
Then have him sit on
No,
like
you
a little chair in the middle.
Yeah. The little like the Fisher Price
they're in the
chairs.
fucking corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get a mic, bro.
I would wear the fuck out of those.
Yeah, you just get the headphones. You get a shout.
Yeah.
I wonder how loud it would be if we moved the mics from our phone though and just started yelling at each other.
Wait, what?
From your phones?
What did I say?
From your phone.
If we've
Yeah.
removed what?
Put them out here.
No, don't stop.
Doesn't pick up. Doesn't pick up until it's like over.
Yeah. Your voice sounds really good through this, by the way.
Isn't this pretty
My voice sounds
professional?
really good.
Oh yeah.
I just got these 2 other. I do want to get another camera. They're like $300 a piece to like show the whole thing. You know, like the
Yeah.
the Joe Rogan background shot
Are
when
those
they
your
when
best
the-
reference? Those the ones that cut out?
Yeah, man. But I bought these little tripods because they were all in the same one, and I want to get some lights one day. But doing it daytime right now is actually pretty good lighting.
Yeah.
Good drop shadow.
That's nice.
Yeah, this helps, dude. When it was just white, it was a little.
It's like
It also helps me to like look at something because I would just be looking at a wall.
Just stare at the camera, everybody at once.
yeah. I haven't looked at the camera once. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna start.
Thanks, wife.
Yeah. These cameras are really unnoticeable though. That's the thing.
I know.
I was
like,
thinking
the
you were gonna have
VCR.
like a big ass like Sony camera in our
Yeah.
face, and I'm like,
You have to like take the VCR out and
Those are
shit.
so expensive.
VHS.
These 3 cameras were $900, $999, whatever the hell. One Sony camera is like $200, and then people don't usually do this as a startup.
no,
They
No,
sit in
yeah.
front of their computer with a backdrop and they talk and they do Zoom and
yeah,
different things. And it was a little bit of hard research to do for a 3 camera setup podcast because they're not really guiding you in that. So
no, yeah. You went above and beyond. You even mounted. Oh, these are clamped on.
yeah, clamped.
It's a beautiful setup.
Great work.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I wish I could move this thing. It's a guest bed, but it's very hard to move.
that's a bed.
That's not a bed.
It's very nice, very comfortable. No one has any idea what we're talking about because this is all cropped out.
There's a dresser behind Blake and he's saying it's a bed.
It's a bed.
Yeah, it looks stupid.
It's so dumb.
Looks
I'd
like
get it out of here.
looks like a baby changing station.
Yeah.
As we just lock them in there when they're bad.
Yeah,
That's where they're at right now. Actually,
Dude, they were on one yesterday.
they're really quiet.
Fucking- So glad I quit drinking, dude.
Yeah.
I would be going to jail.
I'm having a tough time taking care of my dogs while my wife is gone.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
They're home alone
Yeah,
right now.
It sucks.
No, my sister's there, but that's why I had to text her.
Your wife deployed.
Yeah, can't tell you where. OPSEC, you know what I'm saying?
Security
Toxic
clearance,
as
dude.
shit.
They've all been read in.
You're right. Yeah. Everyone who watches this.
and besides, everyone who's on the fucking deployment's been posting on Instagram and shit that they're
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
OPSEC doesn't exist.
Not really.
on blue side deployments.
I want to have my old gunny on who's now a first sergeant, but I feel like they're at risk of, you know.
Yeah, we
my
talked about that.
My last podcast is at like 182 views, which is phenomenal.
That's
Dude,
not that bad.
It's like double of
Yeah.
any of the other ones I've had.
Yeah, the other ones were fucking shit.
They weren't.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely
And
honest.
it's because you didn't have a setup like this.
No, this costs a lot of money. This
Yeah.
was no pennies, dude.
Yeah.
But, you know, say I have my old Gunny on, and he's on here, or Gunny Tate. I think Gunny Tate would do it.
Gunny
Oh, he
Tate.
would be awesome on
Because
here.
Gunny Tate's got nothing to fucking lose.
No,
Oh,
he
yeah.
doesn't care.
But my freshly frocked first sergeant comes on, and then this makes it somewhere. And then they're just like, hey,
Hot water.
hey, first sergeant, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
This is a page 13 that said you would not go on any social media. Blah, 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 blah. It's like,
What I thought was weird was that Lieutenant Commander from 2-1 going on to CNN maybe.
The OPSO,
Yes.
that
Right.
before we were back from deployment was
Was-
already doing interviews because he got injured.
Yes.
Yeah, that
I
wasn't
thought that was very odd.
that
and
wasn't the coolest.
I don't remember treating him. I don't know if
Maybe
he was actually
since-
injured.
No, he wasn't that injured.
He broke his arm.
He broke his arm.
I think he broke his arm.
But
He claimed
how
he was
is he
40
allowed
feet
to
away.
do that?
Yeah, 40 feet away, you'd be dead.
They were on the other side of the wall. They were on the other side of the river doing just like a little bit of recon, seeing what was going on over there when it went off.
So there was a brick wall between them.
No, they were on the side of where the people were in masses, right?
Yeah.
Like not on our side. They were on the other side of the river where people would hop down and come to us. They went over there.
I actually never went
apparently.
over there.
Either did I.
He was over there?
Apparently, him and a few of the other officers were over there when the explosion happened.
He
From what I
He
understand,
probably got thrown to think that he was 40 meters away. 'Cause
if he was
that's
40 feet away, he would have been
missed.
demolished.
Yeah.
So from, I believe I got mad. I didn't watch the interview or read anything about it.
Yeah.
But the guys in Cat Red, there's a staff sergeant over there that was a 0351 back in the day. He was forced because they got rid of that MOS. He was an assaultman. Knows a lot about explosives. And this person that was interviewed claimed he was 40 feet away, but a vehicle was between him and the explosion. And this staff sergeant like broke it all down. Not true. That vehicle would have not done shit. And in fact, I'm putting words in his mouth a little bit, but I do believe if the vehicle was between him and the blast, the vehicle would have became a projectile as well and fucking mauled him. Glass, tin metal, whatever. I mean, granted, it could have been a
The vehicle wouldn't.
could have been a
moved.
highlight.
Could've
Damn,
been a-
dude, that
yeah.
does change it a little bit. Fuck.
If
Maybe
it
I'm
was-
super fucking wrong here.
No, I mean, like, we didn't see it happen. We just
Right.
responded.
I know he got
Yeah.
injured.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, I don't know how he got away with that because if an E3 was on the news,
Well, when
he was
when I was still in weapons company, we were going on some Liberty brief, some weekend or whatever. And before we went, we were there. They were talking to us. They said, hey, there's some people from this one website, veteran, affiliated, whatever, and they're looking for people. If you're going to do it, we just need to talk to you. We're not going to tell you what to say. We just need to brief you on, OPSEC and what you can and can't say, like, legally for security purposes. And so I've thought about it. This isn't going to happen. But if Joe Rogan's like, yeah, dude, come on the podcast, or anyone, and I just go take leave and then I'm on a podcast with 20 million views, because I'm telling you, I wouldn't. I would just go on I would go on Joe Rogan. I would sacrifice my military career to go on that, because that money in the end and the things I've already done, I'm already, I feel accomplished in what I've done. But the way to do that is you go and talk to some OPSEC person and they say, oh, okay, on this. And then I feel like also I would get laughed out of the room. Like, yeah, I'm going on Joe Rogan next week.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, sure you are, buddy. Anyway.
It'd be like, no, I actually need a brief. I need an OPSEC brief.
I would be
I'm not
very.
shitting.
How fast do you think I would, or someone would get called into the CP if they were on Joe Rogan?
Very fast, almost immediately, as soon as that episode
Yeah.
came out. Yeah, I mean, like,
I'd just
you're
shave my
facing-
mustache and I'd be good, dude.
they're throwing the UCMJ at you, most likely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
think
could-
I think my career would be done.
You'd
You
be
would
handy.
be-
Even if I
and-
didn't say anything wrong, which I guarantee you I would.
You would need the lawyer up, or else you would probably be in the brig for a while, and then maybe get tried on a federal
That would be
level.
views, brother.
Yeah,
I hate to say it, but that's content. Like that guy that what's his name?
Chief. No,
What? Chief.
SO
Oh.
Chief.
Oh yeah. That's a weird. I want to talk about that.
Which one was that?
Starts with the G. Super famous case. He like
Gallagher.
Oh, yeah.
Chief Gallagher.
I thought you said OPSEC. Yeah, the Chief Gallagher, Team 3. Yeah, that was...
That's a weird one. Fuck, I lost what I was gonna say. So let's talk about that.
Okay.
So he went on Black Rifle after he was found exonerated. He's like, yeah, I did those things on Black Rifle. The dudes, they're all SF.
Double jeopardy, bro. You can't get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right.
no, yeah, I did a crike with a K-bar. They're like, well, whoa, what the fuck? They were taken off guard. he's like, yeah, we weren't in the business of casevacing the enemy that just tried to kill us. We are special operators, and we're not going to waste our resources. We're there to kill people. And we had a dude, and we basically just did medical interventions on our own just for practice. And like, oh, that's not great.
Good for him.
Well, he knows his rights. Double jeopardy.
Yeah. Which,
So.
I mean, I have a friend in the military who was getting the UCMJ thrown at him. Not going to name drop him, but you've met him.
Hmm?
And he lawyered up immediately. It was for drugs in his system, though. Lawyered up, not with the JAG,
Mm-hmm.
and got away with everything. Every single thing.
Well, they had another dude in my company, and he kept hitting on all these lists. And I would reach out to him like, hey, you need to do your PHA. He goes, dude, I'm getting the fuck out. And I talked to him in person, and the situation was he popped hot, right? He's on marijuanas.
Hmm.
And I think the move is to take it to court-martial. Because if you take it to court-martial, if they don't have enough findings, they'll toss that shit. And I think he did, and it was getting tossed, and they were going to keep him. And they hadn't told him yet. And so I had to like kind of skate the line on like, hey, I just need you to do these. Because you're staying in.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not getting out, buddy. That's what happened to
What do you have to
my
realize?
friend. Yeah. He thought he was getting out too, but they just put him in rehab. They paid for his rehab, basically sent him on vacation.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go to work. And he got a sweet end of the deal. He's like going to get all of his benefits and everything.
Yeah.
Good for him.
We had a Marine pop hot on cocaine when I was in
Yeah.
1-7 the day he got out. And it came across, or the findings came out the day before he EAS'd. And he was such he was a shitbag, dude. I forget his name, but he was not great. He wasn't, it's not like he was there like training dudes. He was
Yeah.
in RBE, which for our Afghanistan deployment, it was anybody that was an issue that wasn't, contributing. They're like, cut this cancer, put them over here. There was a real order, like, do not interact with RBE. And he was there the whole time we deployed. We came back. He popped hot for cocaine the day before he EAS. The sergeant major's like, just fucking let him go. No. Whatever paperwork they needed to do, just, nope, let him out, full benefits. Fucking dude,
Yeah.
are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's
How fucking lucky that dude is.
lucky.
It's the same deal with the guys not getting the vaccine.
Dude, one of my boots just got kicked out. He's gonna come on. Sucks, dude. Because it's such not an issue anymore. No
Yeah.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they don't hold anyone accountable anymore. Like, it's only when the vaccine because someone told you to
Right.
do it.
When do we start living with COVID as if it's just the seasonal flu, though?
That's what it was.
I've
Dude, do you
been doing
remember
that.
Christmas?
Yeah.
I've been doing that for like the last year. Like,
But
it's
that's
just
the thing. Like, so still in a medical standpoint, you're fighting COVID, right? Like, if you're an EMT showing up on a scene, no matter what, you have to wear a fucking face mask. If you're in the RAS, technically regimental aid station for people who don't know.
Very confusing with Marines.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in there working, you're supposed to be wearing a face mask, but it's like, come on, like, is this going to be a forever thing? When do the charades stop? Because this is like a normal sickness that people are going to be getting now.
I understand at real hospitals where there's people that are immune compromised, that have illnesses going on at Naval Hospital Camp Pendleton
Yeah.
to wear a mask. But in the RAS, if you come in, I think that's dumb. And then as soon as some dude did come in like Friday and bitch everybody out about not wearing a mask.
it was on like Thursday, yeah, and then we had to show up on Friday with masks, and we're like,
Yeah. Some head shed dude popped in apparently. I was like, why are you wearing a fucking, it was like Parker. I'm like, dude, you got COVID, bro? He's like, no. I was like, are you afraid of COVID? No. I'm like, what the fuck's with the mask? And he didn't. He's like, I was just fucking wearing it. And then I realized everyone's wearing it. I'm like, oh, what happened? Like, some lieutenant commander started bitching everybody out. I'm like, oh, well, sweet.
Dude, because even the regimental surgeon doesn't care.
Yeah.
He walks
I
through it.
think he probably got to talk to.
He probably did.
Remember when COVID wasn't a thing, all on base, right? In Horno. You go to the CP. I had COVID leaving FMTB. I just didn't say shit about it because I didn't want to get dropped, rolled, held back, whatever the fuck.
yeah.
And then they're parading me around, and I had a mask on my face. And who was it? Davila was just
Yeah.
like, dude, take that shit off.
Right.
Like, are you, dude? I was just in a. He's like, dude, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
First sergeant farmer, great guy.
Oh man.
Yep.
Go talk to him. Shakes my hand. Next week he's out with COVID.
Oh
Welcome.
my god.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that played out.
No comment, dude.
Yeah.
Worst bodybuilder ever.
Is he supposed to be one?
Have you not seen the photos?
Nor do I want to.
Full chocolate body, like nothing there, man.
No way, really?
Yeah, Speedo.
Oh.
So I have a buddy in high school, Chase Savoy, shout out, is a pro bodybuilder, but he does swimsuit, whatever they call it, and it's just like the bro shorts.
The physique physique.
He's a fitness,
Oh, it's
physique, whatever, but it's just not gay bodybuilding.
It's like the Hawaiian style of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like, they don't care about the legs. It's just like the
They
upper
don't care
body.
about the quads.
Yeah.
And he wears like really bright, flashy, like Hurley shorts or whatever, and he has his favorite pair, and everybody, it's all coordinated and shit, but he's not wearing a banana hammock with his shrunken
Yeah.
testicles and small penis.
Good for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a not gay version of bodybuilding.
Dude, we have a Marine who
Can we
was,
see your ass crack, please? Thank you. Flex them.
I need to see the whole crack.
we have a Marine who's a well, I guess he's not a Marine anymore. Alan.
Once
Oh,
Marine,
yeah.
always
He's
Marine,
a-
brother.
Is he a bodybuilder or is he a
No,
powerlifter?
he's a powerlifter, and he
Powerlifter.
holds a national record right now for deadlift at his weight. He holds the national record. I thought that was pretty
At
insane.
his weight, yeah.
You know who's
Yeah.
a big, strong motherfucker? You never think of it and can run, apparently?
Gunny Cannon.
Gunny Cannon.
He is very strong. You can
He's
tell
like a
looking at
monk.
him.
He's like a monk Marine.
That is the coolest name, by the way. Last name Cannon, first name Gunny. That's crazy.
Yeah. His first name is Gunny.
That's a good one. On the last podcast, we refer to our old Gunny. He's a first sergeant now. His first name is First Sergeant, and his last name's Gunny. And I got confused. I was like, what?
No.
First Sergeant Gunny? I was like, oh, I know who you're talking about. And we were name dropping him all before that. I don't know why. But he's fucking rad, dude. He goes off on these like...
Is his last name really Gunny, or is that a joke?
That's a joke. We did have a major when I was in 1-7, and he was a sergeant. And be like, Sergeant Major's walking through the barracks or
Oh,
something like
shit.
that. And it would get twisted with his name. We're like, no, is Sergeant... He wasn't in my company. But I was like, is Sergeant Major the E9 of 1-7 walking through the barracks? Or is Sergeant Major the sergeant whose last name is Major around and people are fucking confused?
And they're like, yeah,
I think
Sergeant
I've seen
Major's
this
showing
guy.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sergeant Major's coming.
Anyways, old Sergeant Major.
Sergeant Major's doing some things. One of my guys in HQ, headquarters platoon, was fucking around with a printer down on the bottom floor, back towards facing the wall, fucking with a printer in the hallway. And Sergeant Major came by, walked past him, and lit him up for not giving him the proper greeting of the day.
Oh
and
my
then my
God.
first sergeant's yelling at him. I'm like, dude, what'd you do? He's a good guy. This dude I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
I haven't seen our first Sergeant Major in person other than when we swore him in or whatever
yeah.
to our company. Not company.
I didn't.
The new one.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Yeah, he's.
I think it was the BCs. That's a bigger ceremony, right? That was up at that big thing.
Mhm.
That had been planned out for a while.
The
Yeah.
And
flight deck or
I
landing.
can't believe I get to
What?
mention him. I'm on duty. I knew this for a long time. I was like, sweet. I just have to wear NSUs, but I don't have to stand out on this parade deck for a long time. I'm on duty. At 1400, when the ceremony's going down, I've known this for a while. Guess who shows up? Fucking San Miguel.
Oh my god.
I'm like, hey man, what are you doing there? I don't know. There's this formation. No one told me when it was. I was like, it's 1400 on this day for a long time. Like, yeah, no one told me. I was like, well, what are you doing here? Go home then. Like, well, I'm trying to get H1 Casaneda's signature from a chief IDC. I'm like, oh,
Well,
I didn't go to that. I didn't go.
I was there.
I bet you were, but I was like, yeah, I'm not going.
too easy, dude.
For some reason, I went to the Sergeant Major change of command, though.
I wasn't there. I was on combo leave.
It's so
I was,
boring.
Yeah.
funny story during that BC change of command. I went in formation with my guys. And they're like, "Doc, are you marching with us?" I'm like, "Shit, if I don't leave, I am." So then they're just like, "You don't have to be in the formation to march." I'm like, "Well, I've never done one of these before, so here we go." And then like last minute, I saw Ace and Castaneda walk over. I'm like, "Well, guys, you have a good march.
See you later.
I'm gonna be dipping out." They're like, "Wow, I thought we were gonna."
Were you gonna march all the way back down to Horno? Is that what
Dude,
you're talking about?
I would have been up there for an extra like hour because I would have been up on the LZ and then have to march back down to the grinder.
The
And then-
parade back to the grinder.
yeah, so I'm just like, oh shit, I don't have to do this. And I just ran away.
Yeah, solid, dude.
Yeah, I missed out on that, boy.
Yeah, that would have been a great time.
My people are cool with me. They did our CO's change of command officially, and I walk up to the CP because they said, "Oh, company sync has changed to this time because of the ceremony." They told me at the time 1600, so I walk up to, thinking I'm going to walk into this meeting, and I see all of golf out on the grinder. I see my first sergeant look at me and just walk into the CP. It took like 30 minutes, dude. And I'm just like waiting around the company office in the bathroom, looking at them over by weapons. Just like popped out, like watching them.
Peeking out.
And then first sergeant's just like, "Doc, what the hell?" And I was like, "I was talking to MO about this, situation." He's like, "Yeah, you're good, man." I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude. I love this company." And then I was talking to the CEO. I was like, "Yeah, I was talking to MO about this whole thing. That's why I wasn't there." He's like, "I don't give a fuck." He is Recon, by the way.
Who?
My CEO. Remember in fuckface chat?
He's the new, your newest CO.
Is Recon, yeah.
That's so weird how they go from recon to conventional infantry.
I talked to my gunny. I was like, is that a slap on the, like, did he get fucked? Like, what? He's like, no. As a 03 captain in the Marine Corps infantry, you can be a recon CO, commanding officer, or you can be regular infantry. And I guess there just wasn't a spot. And it's not like about the SEAL teams, how
Yeah.
that shit works?
Yeah.
The LPO.
Yeah, you could be. I mean, as long as you're in that community, you could just move around.
Well, the thing with LPO's lead petty officer, as an E6, if you're the LPO, not during a combat deployment, you ain't done shit.
Oh yeah.
It's like this you have to be the LPO at the right time and do a good job in order for it to be like, yeah, dude, fucking LPO check. If you're not, if you're just LPO for 6 months, filling a spot, training and shit, you're just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, they'll just find the next guy that's just like, all right.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. So I thought maybe this was the same thing.
Why don't they keep them as the LPO until the next deployment?
Because you're replaceable. It's just like they just move. You can, in the Navy, essentially, you could just get moved around whenever. They're just
so
like,
like,
yeah, like fucking, you're going to go over here and then we'll just find a replacement.
But they're still SEALs.
They're street cred. It's a,
Yeah.
they operate on that. I'm not, I know a few people. I'm not,
Yeah, I mean, it's just whoever's there, like, and that's what it really is. It's just street credit. It'd be like, well, you're the LPO now, but you weren't deployed with us.
Yeah.
Kind of like Columbus.
Yeah. Okay, I get that, but it's not like they're moving to a non-SEAL unit. They're still staying within the SEALs. They will get their time.
I would say for brag sheet purposes, like getting looked at for, I think big one is Dev Crew.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody wants to be SEAL Team 6, right? And if they show up in their brag sheet, they're like, I was the LPO. And they're like, during combat? Well, no. And you're like,
Yeah. No, that's like a huge prerequisite.
How many SEALs are going into combat right now, though, or even of
No,
lately?
I mean, I don't know, but I know there's all sorts of shit going on that's just not in the news.
Africa.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess
always-
Africa.
always
maybe,
Africa.
I mean, everyone knows that DevGru and probably Delta are in Ukraine. If not Ukraine, probably Poland for advising.
I know my buddy was in Colombia,
It's a perfect opportunity for a deployment.
Yeah. Fighting drugs.
I would assume.
Yeah, Colombia has been hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colombia, especially with the army. When I was down there with the army, they were all over the place.
They do have to keep those guys like seasoned for when like real big shit pops off.
Yeah,
it
so
would
then
make sense. So they got to give them like
Refresher missions.
which makes sense.
And they do good training from what I've heard from my associates, friends, I would say.
It would suck doing all that work to not actually get to do your job and only do training.
Well, that's why certain people like David Goggins, the dude from CrossFit,
Yeah,
they're frowned on in the community for exploiting their trident and then not actually doing combat.
yeah, they just make money off their trident now,
Mm.
which is, I think it's horrible because
David
it's like-
Goggins was in combat.
well, I
He
mean,
left his rifle behind, apparently. Yeah, from what I've been told.
that's probably the one.
Yeah, can't be doing that.
Yeah, right?
Shit,
Sounds really familiar.
I wonder who did that before.
Quite a lot of guys did. Pedraza had no clue where his rifle or nods were.
I remember I got put on like basically like casualty rifle watch after it all went down, and Pedraza like came up. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I hope you don't." And someone like white lighted it. Apologies for the children screaming.
No worries.
We're getting there though. By the way,
I like the sound of it.
yeah,
Yeah, keeps me on my feet.
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the guy from CrossFit, my buddy said he was walking through the team house, whatever it was, and they just had his name like blah blah blah, fag,
Yeah.
because he took. I mean, granted, CrossFit was already created, but he really capitalized on it and went in and implemented all these like Hell Week, Navy SEAL trainings
I don't like that.
and put his tag on it
What guy is
and
this?
exploited. I forget his name. He's the dude, the white guy with cornrows at the CrossFit Games. If you ever seen
is
that
he
guy,
the one with a mustache?
I don't know. I'm sure he probably has the ability to grow a mustache.
There's a couple. I believe there's a couple either retired SEALs or I don't think active. You can't be an active duty athlete, but yeah, there was a couple that just in general, like just SEALs or anyone who makes money off of the military, like off of like especially the trident, because everyone
It's
jerks
really
off to it.
corny.
And their which
Yeah.
kind of sucks, dude, because you have this awesome thing you did, and it's looked on very, prestige, right? And then to tell that person and to like kind of brainwash them, like, hey, you can't put this on a resume and not flaunt it, but
You should be able to put it on a resume, but putting it out for the world, to,
putting a
like,
trident on the
to
front of a book.
I think
Yeah.
when you monetize it, it's just like, okay, like you're ruining the community. It's
Yeah.
just like, that's a huge part of the Navy and huge part of the military, like, and the missions that you get are straight from the CIA. So it's like, why are you trying to make money off of it?
It
Like,
just makes
good
it
job,
look-
dude. Like,
Yeah, that's exactly. It just makes it look like you did all that stuff just for credit and clout, and
It's
to
e-
be like,
it's
hey,
either
look at me.
that- It's either that or like you got out and you're like, I need to make money. Oh, I have a trident. I can make money off of this because everyone would just fucking jerk off to my book.
I mean, think about what this podcast is, though.
I was
It's
about to
a
say that's almost like having a degree.
Well, it's a lot different when like let's say like I don't know, war stories. You can make money off of war stories. That's your story. But then like now you put your trident on a book and you're talking about a whole community,
Yeah.
which is like a covert, and no one's really supposed to know about these missions. And like you're
Yeah.
putting it out there. Like I would rather just watch the news and be like, yeah, like Def Group popped Osama bin Laden. That's it. But now someone's like, let me tell the story that like even the CIA and like their commanding officers, their CEOs are just like, no one fucking finds out about this shit. People are going to find out about it, but the details about how we operate, like no one should know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the SEAL community itself did a very weird thing with Marcus Luttrell and produced Act of Valor,
Yeah.
Lone Survivor, and published all these things and popularized the community in order to get bodies to try and join, right?
Yeah. As
And
recruiting
then in a
tactics.
way, again, the 5 people I know hate that shit because now they're getting triathletes that make it through that are super ultra fit, and they're just dipshits on top of that, and they're not the type of people they want, and the morals of the community have shifted, and it's a predicament they're in that they don't like because of this publicization of the community that is supposed to be quiet. Like I remember when I was joining the Marine Corps, it was a little bit after Lone Survivor the book came out, and like people still didn't. My buddy was telling people, I'm gonna go be a Navy SEAL one day, kind of boot stuff, and he did. But his sister is like, "What? What is that? I don't know what that is."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you say that, and you're just like, "Oh my God."
Right. Yeah. Quite literally.
As a marketing tactic, those movies and books, like they fucking
But
Everyone,
you didn't see Delta doing that. You didn't see MARSOC. Well, MARSOC was created in 2006, but you didn't see
Yeah.
Recon or anybody else doing that to try and up their recruitment numbers.
right. Well, I mean, at the same time, everyone loves to hear about military stories, and I feel like
Yeah.
if it's like, what was it, 1987 or 91, the Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen came out.
Mm-hmm.
That was a recruit
Mm-hmm.
like dream. They're just like
That
Charlie.
movie's
Sheen.
so corny, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Charlie Sheen with face paint and an MP5. He's going around all around the world. Like, I want to be a Navy SEAL now.
Did I tell you the story? Okay, in that movie, Charlie Sheen jumps off the bridge, off the Coronado Bridge, from a back of a moving vehicle and parachutes down.
Impossible.
One of the guys I know in the teams jumped off the Coronado Bridge out of the back of his Ranger and parachuted down and almost lost his trident.
No
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I could see that he got in a lot of
trouble.
trouble. Did the authorities show up after he did that or what?
Everyone, Coast Guard, like San Diego PD, like everybody, because A, people thought he was killing himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then B, there's a parachuting person going down. So it's very easy, like,
Yeah.
there. And he went to captain's mass. He didn't get NJP'd in the end. But yeah,
Are there rules to base jumping though?
it's all illegal.
Oh, is it
There's
really?
very
You'd-
few spots that is legal.
You'd have to sign a waiver anyway to actually do that.
So then how did these guys get up to these skyscrapers and just jump off?
Who like the
Illegally trespassing.
leap for? Oh yeah,
Oh, have you seen that video of that guy
it's all
doing
legal.
an illegal base jump? That
Does he,
shit is awesome.
does he die?
No, he makes it out, but I don't know how because he was holding his parachute, right?
Uh-huh.
Like he had it in his hand and he just lets it go. And yeah, all these people like for the building and maybe some cops were like up on the roof and they're like trying to get around him and he's like got his hands up and shit. And he's
Oh
like,
yeah,
He's like acting like he's not gonna jump and he is like walking towards him. But really what he was doing is he's getting enough space to be able to run and jump over. So he like gets a little close to him, gets some space.
What-
And he ran and he like does a front flip off of the building. And
Doesn't he wave?
Dude, he needs
No.
2
not
vasectomies,
that.
bro. That guy's got a pair of huevos, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
What if in that situation a cop tries to stop him and like clips his ankle and just he fucking dies?
yeah. Well, he had to jump up on to like the side of the wall
So
too. So
he
they're coming up.
parkoured.
Yeah, he parkoured, and if he slipped, he would have just been tumbling and like
Yeah.
hitting the building.
Did he plank first?
He should have.
Didn't count then.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that was a thing.
You remember that?
Yeah, planking, baby.
I used to make my boots go plank in like ditches out of sight because it got out to us that I plank. I'm like, oh, really cool. See that ditch down there? Go plank in that ditch.
Wasn't that like 2014 or something?
Yeah, I know.
Man, yeah, it was a while ago, huh?
2016.
You know what's weird to
It
me
was a while ago. 2016.
is that y'all went to Navy boot camp.
Yeah, and you didn't.
It doesn't compute a lot that people aren't, because we're in the same role, right?
Yeah.
We do the same shit. And I'm always from my perspective. And then when I have to recall it for y'all, like think about y'all, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. You went through Navy boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the same thing. At this point, it's almost like it's part. It's like such a part of your life that you kind of like just forget about those things, and you're just like, yeah, like during boot camp.
Well,
this and
I
that.
think he's saying is like he didn't have to do that. He went through Marine Corps boot camp, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. We actually went to the
Right.
Navy boot camp. Yeah.
Do y'all think y'all could have just skipped that and been fine?
100%.
Well,
It seems like a frat initiation.
Everybody, because they got rid of it, but all the people I went to buds with went through the 800 series, right?
Yeah.
right.
And I asked them, I was like, was there any benefit to that? They're like, no, that was so dumb.
It's just
it was
a formality.
We got out of shape in it. Our punishment would be not to do something because that would incentivize you to do something wrong to get punished to do push-ups.
Mhm.
So when they got in trouble, they'd have to stand still. They'd have to stand at attention for hours while the other people are made to do push-ups and shit.
That is
Yeah,
absolutely terrible, though.
I think I know. Yeah.
My posture was amazing coming out of boot camp.
I had no ass, dude. My mom, very Christian lady, she's like, your butt's gone.
Yeah.
I feel like it is just boot camp in general's Navy boot camp is just a formality.
Yeah.
I didn't learn
Somewhat.
much.
Any boot camp is now, from what it sounds like.
I just learned that I didn't want to be on a ship.
Yeah.
That
Just
is
like that.
weird to me. The amount of people, and we know what type of people we're going to talk about here, that join and can't swim, and they join the Navy. It's black people. And
demographically, yeah.
I saw it. They were being racist as fuck to those people because we're there doing our prep swims, right? And they're closing up or they're finishing up the pool session with those people. They're just fucking yelling at, relax, relax. They're already not a swimmer, then remediation, and they're like,
Just making it worse.
grab the pole.
Yeah.
Let go of the pole. I'm like, damn, dude, and it's all white instructors. And it's just like, yo, am I the only one seeing this? How fucked up these people are
Little
treating
weird.
these black dudes that can't swim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, the military is full of a lot of people.
That's a true statement.
Yeah, there's
Different types of people. So as in African Americans, racist people, fucking Republicans, Democrats.
Big melting pot.
What?
Big melting pot. I'll just cut that out.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said big melting butt.
I thought that's what you said, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have from my last command, we have I think she's in transition now.
He or she?
She, but I think she
Them.
Them.
She looks like
Be politically correct, right?
They, them, there, they, he, she.
I don't know. It's so
There.
odd because you just don't
It.
think that kind of like. Sure, that's fine, I guess, but like you don't think that kind of people are in the military, but they are in the Navy mainly.
They're like unicorns. So when you like pop up, you're like, oh, like they're letting you do that.
But it's weird. It's like, what made you want to choose to be in the military? Because like
For that
That was
procedure.
when Trump flipped the switch, right? He got a bunch of Democrats to be like pro-military when he was saying transgender people can't join. Like, fuck yeah, yeah. Democrats are all like, yeah, join.
that they can join.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, Democrats usually are non-military, right?
Yeah.
Anti-military, right? I won't say anti, but and then they came on very strong, like,
we'll show you.
yeah, we'll show you.
Watch this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
Again,
then cry when they're in the military.
Yeah, and they're the ones that are crying in boot camp.
again, I thought it would change things, but it didn't change shit. I
No.
mean, I know those people are around, but I don't think it's too big of an issue.
No, I don't think so either. It doesn't affect me.
As long as they can kill.
Hey, if you want to die for your
Damn
country,
right.
by all means, let's go.
I don't care what color your hair is.
No,
Just
Let
it'll
me
be
have a beard.
it'll be
Just
in
dye
red.
it.
Yeah.
I don't care what color your hair is out on the street. Just dye it before you get into the fucking battalion.
You dye your hair every Friday and Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's weekend me and then there's work me, man.
Yeah.
Weekend me, I don't have a penis.
I tuck it.
Nope.
I tape it backwards.
Yeah. Call me Buffalo Bill. He's the guy from
Would you
Yeah,
fuck
we
me?
get it.
Cretan's trying to end this right now.
All right.
I mean, yeah, we got 5 minutes for 3 hours.
Damn, has it been that long already?
Damn.
And we keep going?
We could do another 5 minutes.
Do another 5
We can
minutes.
talk
of
about
us
the things that we can't talk about on camera.
stare into each other's eyes for 5 minutes in
Yeah.
silence.
We can do that.
Yeah, this went well.
Yeah.
We
This is a
didn't.
good
This is
time.
good.
We didn't blast over each other.
No.
No.
Thanks
Definitely
for-
to be continued though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
This is
This was a
episode
good
1.
time.
Episode 1.
1. This is a different podcast than what you're doing.
Yeah, this is.
I had the idea for Corman and the Grunt. I didn't know how regular we would be, but
I like that idea.
That sounds cool.
I like Corman and the Grunt.
because isn't Corman already plural?
Yeah.
Corman. Well, it depends who it is.
Core people.
This is still weekend me.
Yeah.
I
Damn
could
right.
change. I could change right now.
I'm back,
Yeah. Okay.
It's working.
and I just came.
You see my.
I'm glad you can still do that.
You see my green hair just turned black again.
Dude,
Oh,
I
it's
got
changing.
nervous when I sat down to take a poop
Yeah.
because I've had I think we've talked about this. How I believe you've talked about this.
Oh, how you have hemorrhoids?
How one of your testicles can go back into your body.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, do I have a hernia? Do I not? One doctor says yes. One doctor says no. Not going to get hernia surgery for something that minor. But what they told me in Buds is that my abs are tight, my groin's tight, and it's pulling one of my testicles up. So when I sat down, I was like, oh shit, where these titanium clamps are, is that going to go into my canals, my whatever it's called, and not make it and like fuck these things up? I went in, they said it was all good, but is that my phone?
I think so.
Is that right there?
Not my wife.
All right.
Good.
She could just knock, but
Yeah.
Not when the men are talking.
yeah.
I took them away for 2
Fuck
hours
no.
today, so
Yeah.
3 hours. So we'll see. And they've been napping.
It's good timing.
Good timing. I'm hot, dude.
Yeah, it's getting very hot in here.
I like to think so myself.
I'd agree.
I got nice feet.
Yeah.
Broken, but
Yeah. Yours are way better than his. Look at those.
My little,
yeah.
my little hobbit feet.
Dude, your toes like resemble your head.
The big ones.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Massive.
That's how I
You
have
need a
some-
sock just for your big toe.
I do.
Yeah.
That's why I wear flip flops today.
Flip flops is the way to go in California, dude. I don't know about when I get to Texas, but I
This
think
is-
I'll still rock flip flops.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys feel about the whole wear pants with flip flops? I feel like
I do it all the fucking time.
it looks weird, but it's like comfortable.
I don't
Very.
think it looks weird at all.
No, that's definitely a look, dude. I don't think it looks weird at all.
What do you guys think about wearing jeans and sneakers, like
Mm-mm.
running shoes?
Mm-mm.
Yes.
A,
No.
I
That's what I'm
don't
saying,
wear
no.
jeans really anymore at all. And then I've never been like, depends on the type of sneaker.
No, like running shoes.
Yeah, it depends on the color. If they're white or anything like kind of crazy color, fuck no. If they're kind of subtle,
I had a Marine come up to me. He was wearing a polo shirt, jeans, and like A6 running shoes. And I'm like, into the
That would piss me off.
in the BAS, and I'm just like, get the fuck out.
I used to work as a bar back when I was 19, and I would see people in their going out clothes in Louisiana wearing their nicest running shoes and jeans. I'm like, dude, that's what you wore to pull pussy?
Right.
What the fuck?
Hey man, that's that southern frat boy look. Like they
No,
pull that
those
shit
those
off.
are boat shoes. That's
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah,
I can
but is
I
it
can
still a
break
thing?
it down, dude.
Are
Yeah.
the boat shoes still a thing?
I would imagine it hasn't
I
changed
wore
too
those in
much.
my senior year.
Right. Like Long Island, it's like the pastel shorts, some type of like button up like polo Ralph Lauren, and like the boat shoes. No socks,
That's Ralph Lauren.
No sucks. That's
Right.
the Wasp.
probably.
I don't exactly
Yeah.
know what
White
that is.
Anglo-Saxon Protestant.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yes.
That's-
Damn, dude,
that's-
I fucking learned something.
That's the whole. I'm studying to be in, to go into. I want to get a job on Wall Street, and my dad's
I want to get a job.
a job, and my dad's already on Wall Street, so I'm gonna
I got the in.
got that in.
Question about the pants. When you want to put them in short mode, do you leave the bottoms around your ankles for when you want them to be pants again?
I usually I just unzip one leg,
Yeah.
and then I could just like, it's getting hot. Let me unzip the other one.
Yeah.
You go asymmetric like the Japanese.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I try to look as wonky as possible,
Yeah.
so people don't come up and talk to me.
Dude,
I like that.
I'll be putting my kids' shoes on, and I'll get one shoe on, and they'll take off, and they're
Yeah.
cool. They're just walking around with one shoe. I'm like, how is that? I know
They don't
you're.
need shoes.
I know you're one. Yeah, they do.
Nah.
Not really.
How
Shoes
about
are a social construct.
people around here
A
walk?
little bit, but yeah.
They
No.
are, but then at the same time, people like 50. Well, they could be a little off, but 30 to 40, they're walking around like 7-Eleven with no shoes on, like just like pat, 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 pat. I'm just like, you're gross.
Yeah,
I think that's cool.
I saw someone walk into Ralph's, kind of hippie vibes, no shoes. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, but back in the day, that would have been normal, man.
Have you seen?
Ask Liver King.
Yeah.
Have you seen indigenous people's feet? How gnarly and fucked up they are.
But
And tell
they
me
don't
they
get cut
don't.
up.
They don't have. Yes, I know. They have issues, bro. I don't think those people are pain free.
It's wrong to say.
I don't think they're pain free.
He's saying he doesn't like indigenous people.
Just wear
That's
fucking
not what I
shoes.
said.
That's crazy.
End of story. Just wear shoes if you're in public. If you're in your house,
Wear bare minimum flip flops.
wear flip flops. Yeah. Like, what if you're like walking in like someone's gum or like glass?
You're in Bourbon Street. There's piss and beer all over on the ground.
Walk on the beads.
Just ice skate down that bitch.
Yeah.
Do y'all take your shoes off at the front door like I made y'all do?
No, I'm not Japanese.
I normally do. I don't like the feeling of shoes on carpet.
I just think it's my wife instilled it in me, and it's weird now. Because
Yeah.
in Louisiana, when I go home, that's not a rule.
I would never walk around my own apartment with, or my own house with shoes on, though.
I just don't like the feeling of it. I feel like I'm supposed to be like going somewhere if I have shoes on.
Yeah, and it's just like my feet are hot. I want to relax.
Yeah. Because I want to put my feet on the couch.
I
Man.
do enjoy the Japanese culture. Like when you go into a restaurant, then like you do take your shoes off where you're going to eat. Like I know that for sure. For like that culture, it's like
stink.
And then the hand towel.
yeah, like that. Absolutely. Like don't like you're bringing the dirt where right next to where you're gonna be, and then like the way that their tables are set up are low to the ground, or you're eating.
That makes sense.
Or if you're eating on the floor or on the ground, like we saw in Saudi Arabia, it's like don't have the dirty ass fucking.
Yeah, because they take their shoes off too.
Well,
Yeah.
you know all this because of your traditional Japanese tattoo, right?
Yeah, I'm
you're
part Japanese.
You're well informed on the culture.
Yep.
Yeah.
I fancy you a history buff. I think you might know this, but did you know during the building of the railroad on this coast that the Asian culture did not die as fast as everyone else because their tradition of boiling water?
Yeah. Yeah. During the
Before they drank it,
Mm-hmm.
they drink boiling water.
Yeah.
They had really
Really good for you. You
strong-
should try it.
really
Their esophaguses were like leather.
Mm.
yeah. It's like steel at the time.
Is it
Um,
esophaguses or esophagusi?
Suffocai,
Esophagi.
Platypus.
platypi.
Platypussy.
Did you know that the Japanese culture is the most emulated? Speaking out of my ass, the most emulated culture.
I believe that's actually correct. So that and
American culture.
No, they're not.
that and I believe Egyptian is also, and Greek. But Greek,
Stretching a little
Fucking
bit.
Greek guy.
Greek, everyone loves Greek culture. Come on.
Think about the amount of trash Japanese little tattoos all over people's bodies that they get when they're 18, and then full sleeves, and then dress and cars and food and everything.
In America, definitely Japanese. That's something that just
Yeah.
as an observation, I'm just like,
You don't think other countries are doing American traditional though? They for sure are.
I'll give you a perfect antidote of what comedians say. You don't see guys in Japan getting the word "the" or "love" heart tattooed on their
That's
neck.
true.
Yeah.
but on their shirts they would have some like weird ass like phrases on their shirts, being like something would be like the love inside me, and on the back would be like true. And it's like
yeah.
yep,
That's India is what that is.
yeah. And then
They love our culture.
I think everyone loves our culture.
In those countries I've been in over there, you'll see a lot of the some beat ass fucking car, and they duct not even nicely a Mercedes emblem to the front of it. You're like,
Yeah.
yep, you got us fooled, man.
Damn, you have a Mercedes.
dude.
What model is
That's
that?
literally a Datsun.
It's unique. That's what it
It's
is.
a relic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's dead stock.
Yeah.
Not made in other countries. Even though I would love to have a Hilux, which is not made in America.
Armored Land Cruiser diesel stick shift. Saw one in Afghanistan. I wish, dude.
Ooh, that would be really fucking
I
cool.
fucking wish.
Instant boner.
I wouldn't need the armored part because I would fuck everything up in the long run.
yeah.
But
And
I
gas
saw
mileage.
I saw one, dude. I was like, oh my god. And the fact that those things were just blown out on the side of the road and we
Yeah.
slept in them, on them. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's $300,000-$600,000 vehicle. Sick.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, straight up. Because like they have the thick ass windows.
We slept right on top of that bitch.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That was a comfy hood.
It was. It didn't bend.
You know what was really comfy is HESCO barriers
On top or on the side?
on top of them.
You know, it was really comfy.
It's just sand.
Comfy. The BAS I broke into and made
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
the dog shelter with AC that I tried keeping as quiet as possible.
Yeah. And then it would be, hey, dog, I heard you guys have AC in here. No, we don't. Turn it off. Turn it off.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And then it
So
broke.
fucking easy. Yeah, and then it
Did
actually broke. Yeah, it broke. I remember the first night we got out of, like, me and Safson who jumped out of our like Ghostbuster truck, and then I just saw like this one light. I'm like, I don't know where the BAS is. And then I heard Mason, hey, we're over here. This is the BAS. I'm like, oh, sick. Like, walk my ass in. AC, fucking every med supply you can think in the world. I was in.
That was because of
heaven.
Young and Garcia. We didn't bring any medical supplies besides the shit we had on our back.
Yeah. Well,
They came through, dude. I ran into Garcia. Young got I don't know if it was solely him, but the baby formula.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, what? He's like, yeah, you just request it. I was like, to who? And then Garcia, I ran into him. He's like, dude, we got Amol's boxes just full of med supplies if you need it. I'm like, yeah, dude, I definitely do.
For sure.
Yeah, that was actually really, really crucial restock because I didn't have shit in Saudi.
Another thing we fucking needed was diapers.
Yeah.
We had to get diapers at the front, like where the people were supposed to go onto the plane. There was actually a diaper supply up there, and I'd have to run back and forth grabbing diapers.
Yeah, I wasn't there when you guys were on that flight strip.
That was my first time ever seeing leprosy.
Nope.
Gnarly.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 kids, leprosy.
Good Lord.
It was insane.
They
Looks very
got
painful.
through?
Yeah.
I would think that would
Yeah.
be a non-compliant thing, maybe.
You
Yeah.
would think that, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if this is leprosy, so I went and got the doctor that was there, and I was like, sir, I think I have 3 kids with leprosy, and one of them, their scabs are bleeding.
I'm not sure if it's contagious.
I don't know
I
if it is,
believe-
but I wore gloves.
Yeah, no shit.
I think leprosy is it should be contagious.
I know you can get it from like armadillos or something weird.
It is bad.
You can
Yeah.
also get COVID from bats. apparently.
Yeah, that's
Pa-
crazy.
Pangolins.
Pangolins too.
What was really cool is when we would hand out water and the fighting age males would rip it out of little kids and women's hand.
Yeah.
And then we would give out MREs and they would throw them on the ground after they rat fucked them, eat nothing out of them because they weren't halal.
Yeah.
Or
Is that the right word, halal?
don't know.
Halal.
I watched one guy throw a whole MRE on the ground and just take the salt packet and eat it.
Yeah, solid, dude.
Yeah. I picked up the fucking first strike bar.
Put the sticker on your helmet.
Yeah, I was like, this looks good.
Hey, do y'all remember stuffing people through the hole in the fence? That was a really proud
yeah.
moment in my career.
Yeah.
It's when I ripped my little. I found all these little medic patches, the Red Cross.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm like in tears. I told one of my boots, I was like, rip this shit off my fucking flak, dude. It's fucking. I'm a doc pushing people through,
Yeah.
and I was like, there's no way this is how we're doing it. Let me find someone of authority, and I ran into some lieutenant. I think it was RXO.
Also, it was haram, not halal.
Haram. Are you sure?
I don't even know what the difference is, but
Anyway, and
We have to fact.
I find
check that.
some officer, and I'm like, tell me this isn't how we're dealing with the rejects. He's like, yeah, man, is this what it is? I ran to my XO. He's like, why are we so shitty? I'm like, hey, you're a fag, but yeah, this is
I thought it was going to be a lot more organized, like how an airport would be. Little did I know.
It was Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be doing the Army's job, and the Army was going to be doing our job while they stood on the base in security.
They had a different outpost where they were processing people through. We went there for one day.
Yeah, it was like the Brits had one, Army had one, and then we had like what, 2?
Yeah.
I
We would
had-
switch in and out
yeah.
with one with the Army.
I had no contact with the
Eastgate,
army
I think.
until we were in a defensive posture on the south side, and we were just like all holed up, and we just have like taps on our shoulder. They all like went down our line of defensive posture, started tapping on our shoulder, like, "Hey man, you're relieved." And we're like,
That felt great, though. I was like, fuck yeah.
The airborne.
"Yeah, 82nd."
Yeah, that was that was so. I got some type of feelings about. It's like a day late and a dollar short, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it should have been them and not us or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about that time.
It's just the timing of after that August 27th, we get relieved like that. It's just like, we're really fucking done. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we take a huge casualty count, and it's just like, all right, yeah, go rest and you'll get out of here soon. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of just like how everything played. I was like already like super numb and shit, and then like when they came up, I'm just like, where were, like, not even like, oh, you guys should have been like there, like thinking like erratically. It was just like, where were you guys?
well, they flew in,
The 82nd.
and that's why they were
He was already there.
were they?
Yeah, they were there. I
Yeah,
thought
they
y'all
were
were talking. I guess y'all weren't there yet, but yeah, they relieved us on watch after our first like 30 something hours of being out there on watch around the base. And yeah, they came up and basically did the same thing. Like they ripped us out from the from our watch that we were on, and that felt great.
Yeah,
I was like,
those-
fuck yeah, I get to go back and go to sleep.
That was the best.
During the
thing.
middle of it, or like the beginning of it, you're
This
saying.
is the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then every army rep, I'm just like, wow, okay. Like,
They were so negligent
we're
with, I mean, I don't know about the 82nd specifically, but I went to go shower. And we lived at the chow hall. And I would go down multiple buildings down away from the GP, everybody like trying to shit and shower in the same place where it's all gross. I got kicked out of one place where like locals were living, but it would work out like every single time I'd find a place that's like quiet and clean-ish. And I'm cutting back through buildings, and I walk through one of these like little common space areas, and there's just an M4 sitting there, not attended, no one around.
Weird.
And I thought about it, but
that would have been nice.
You would end up getting in trouble.
nope. Talked to my sergeants about it. I was like, dude, if I would have boarded the plane with an extra M4, would you think anyone would have batted an eye? It's like, nope. They would have no idea that wasn't an ECR. You're taking some injured deceased Marine's rifle back with you.
Yeah.
But,
Negligent.
I didn't do it, so chill out.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it was negligent for whoever
The Army?
left that.
Yeah, dude.
They were completely unorganized. It was like chaos, shooting into the crowd and shit.
One of our Marines was smoking with his rifle right next to him, back in the rear, not out at the gate. And someone like crept up, jacked his rifle, a Marine. And my sergeant had to go track it down. And when he found out where it was, the guy was like trying to give him shit. It's like, hey, motherfucker. Like, no, he didn't leave it and walk away. Y'all fucking snuck up on this dude while they're chatting,
Right.
taking a smoke break, and just casually ganked a fucking rifle because y'all
Yeah.
are trying to steal shit. He's like, well, he needs to be written up. He's like, fuck off, fuck you, I'm out of here. Took his rifle and gave it back to him.
Love it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. Shit went sideways quick.
Sure did.
Anyway, till next time, I think.
Till next time.
Till episode 2.
Yep.
All right. No more talking, or it's